Bonjour everybody, and welcome to the Nancy Drew Marathon, the Mega Marathon of 2014. My name is Michael Gray, and today I am playing Nancy Drew number 14, Danger by Design. Basically, I'm playing a humongous marathon of Nancy Drew games because this is the year Nancy Drew number 30, The Shattered Medallion, is released. In fact, I believe they just announced the release date for Nancy Drew number 30, something like May 14th, so mark your calendars, pre-order the game, it's gonna be awesome. However, right now, I'm playing an awesome game as well.
Hi, I'm Nancy Drew. Since you can tell a lot about a person by where he or she lives, I thought I'd introduce myself by showing you my room. As you can see, I keep it pretty neat. Of course, I don't spend that much time in here. I always seem to be off solving mysteries. Anyway, here's my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That will tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way.
Okay, so I have the dates here for Nancy Drew number 30, The Shattered Medallion. Pre-orders begin on April 15th, and the game is available in stores on May 20th. So, yeah, not much longer before Nancy Drew number 30 is released. And here we have Danger by Design. First released on July 24th, 2006. I am playing this game in front of a live studio audience. There are people who are watching me play this game live on YouTube, and I get to read their comments while I'm playing this game. They like this game, they think it's great, and lots of them are saying bonjour. Oh, they want me to read How to Be a Detective? Okay. This is how to be a detective. You can talk to people, you can use a camera. Let's read about the camera.
In this game, you will be able to take pictures using someone else's camera. To take a picture, open your toolbox and click on the camera icon. Then click on the button on the top right of the camera. Use the lines to frame the picture you want to take. Then click. Your picture will appear in the camera and be automatically saved. You can delete it by clicking the delete button, then clicking yes. You may save up to 10 pictures at a time. Use the up and down scroll buttons on the camera to review the pictures you've taken. To put the camera away, click on the back arrow at the bottom of the screen.
Wow, this is complicated. And what is that outside Nancy's window? Is that like a school or something? I remember this. This was from Secret of the Scarlet Hand. That's the Mayan excavation site. And there's Nancy's teddy bear. And this is her luggage. And that's downstairs. Looks like she lives in an attic. Huh. Yeah, Nancy totally lives in an attic. Wait, was I supposed to be playing a game or something? I was. Right. This game is the one that takes place in France. Assignment: travel to Paris and work as an assistant to Minette, an up-and-coming American fashion designer whose behavior has lately become alarmingly bizarre and erratic. She's been firing people left and right, throwing temper tantrums, refusing to return phone calls, running dangerously behind schedule, and wearing a mask every single day. Heather is the other assistant, who works for Minette. She is an American as well. She works in a she works in a windmill. She designs clothes for plus-size women. Nancy took 2 years of French, so she knows what's going to happen. And, we cannot let Minette know that we are actually there to spy on her. That would be, how do you say, not good. When this is the dossier, so it shows all the other games in the series. So you can read up on them if you want to. Or you could watch my other videos in the marathon, yeah. Okay, so we are going to get started on Senior Mode. It's an airplane.
In preparation for our landing, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
Taxi!
So this is the windmill. Somebody's asking, have I not seen Moulin Rouge, the red windmill? No, I haven't.
Oh?
Oh!
I said don't come near me.
No, Minette, don't!
Stay back, you hear me? Stay back!
Bonjour, vous êtes... are you Nancy?
Yeah?
I'm Heather McKay. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. How was your flight?
Fine. Well, actually, they lost my suitcase, so I don't have any clothes or my cell phone. What's going on in there? Is someone hurt?
That's just Minette throwing one of her tantrums. Don't worry. She'll stop screaming right now. They lost your suitcase? That's terrible. Well, at least you're staying with Jing Jing. She'll have tons of clothes you can borrow.
Is she all right?
Oh, you mean Minette? Don't worry, she's fine. At least she will be after phase 3, which should begin right about now. See, she uses this process that some shrink taught her to manage anger and frustration. First, she vents her rage for 10 seconds, then 6 seconds of sobs and tears, and finally, at least 4 seconds of robust laughter, all of which restores her positive flux.
Huh?
It's all very weird, but it works, and believe me, without it, she would be impossible to work for. With it, she's a mere nightmare to work for. Anyway, ready to get started?
Okay, so we have just been introduced to Crazy Crazy Minette, who is crazy and likes to throw things.
You bet.
That desk over there will be your workstation. I made a list of all the things that need to get done and put them on your computer. That's a Metro Pass. It'll let you ride the subway all over the city for free. Go ahead and take it.
Wait a minute. Carte blanche. Whoa! Is she saying I have carte blanche to just ride the metro whenever I want? Awesome.
Answering the phone is your job. If you have any questions, just ask. Ask me, that is. Do not bother Minette. She's behind on her spring collection and is in danger of falling way behind on her couture projects.
What?
Couture projects?
High fashion dresses and accessories that people have commissioned Minette to create. Needless to say, those people are très riche. In fact, she's designing the dress the First Lady will wear to the World Summit in November. Pretty cool, huh?
Heather,
Yes?
I hear voices. Who are you talking to out there?
Nancy Drew, you know, from the States?
Well, she's no good to me out there. Send her in.
Yes, Minette. As soon as you feel up to it, she's right through that door.
I don't know. Seems pretty iffy.
How come Minette has fallen so far behind in her work?
She's been under a lot of stress lately.
Well, I'll see you later.
Have fun.
Alright, so that's Heather. She's basically going to be our second boss. We have two bosses, Minette and Heather.
Wonder what's under here.
That's a project I'm working on. Well, supposed to be working on.
Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba-doo-wop. Let's do this. Let's meet Crazy Minette.
There you are. I was just about to call Amy Grunhild and tell her that this internship thing she'd arranged for you was off. It's bad enough Amy foisting you on me like this. The day I become financially independent and can tell people like her to buzz off will be the happiest day of my life. Well, you're here, we've met, so get to work. Heather did give you a list of chores, right?
Yes, she gave me the list of chores.
Yes, I'm all set.
One more thing. See that form over there? The one I've just started to drape? Don't touch it. Don't even go near it. That's the dress I'm designing for the First Lady. Now go. Actually, make me a pot of my special tea first. It was custom blended by my tea therapist, so make sure you follow the directions. When you're done, pour me a cup and leave it on the table. A nice big boost of herbal energy never fails to get my brain cells firing.
So, good news. Apparently, people who are in the studio audience know French, which is great because I don't really know French. I have a couple of Nancy Drew things. Nancy Drew in France. They have the Nancy Drew books in France. She's called Alice Detective. Alice Detective series. That's what they call the Nancy Drew series in France. So I guess Alice is a better name than Nancy in France. I mean, this is a puzzle.
Minette named her favorite dress form Carol. Okay.
The puzzle is figuring out why Minette is so crazy. I mean, ooh, is this fashionable? Très fashionable. Oui. Very chic.
What happened to your wall?
You're not really talking to me while I'm trying to work, are you?
Sorry.
Okay,
Hugo Butterly, eat your heart out.
Looks like this picture was taken before someone splashed paint on the wall over there.
Okay, I solved the puzzle. Hooray, hooray. I learned that this picture was taken before the crazy paint. So let's actually solve the T challenge. T challenge? Did you... Oh, I can't pronounce that word. I think she's trying to say, what? Okay, I can't understand what these people in the studio audience are saying.
The first thing I should do is read these instructions. Then I should put whichever herbs the instructions say I need into this pot of boiling water. Then when I'm done, I should click on the teapot so I can pour the tea into a cup. If I make a mistake and need to throw out an herb that I chose, or the tea itself, all I have to do is click on the sink. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm taking a look at these, French Nancy Drew things here, and some of the titles are different. Like Nancy Drew, Secret of Shadow Ranch is Alice the Detective, en ranch. So I think that means Alice at the ranch. And number 10, the password to Larkspur Lane, that would be Alice and the Voyager Pigeon. Which doesn't seem to have anything to do with Larkspur Lane, but whatever. Ooh, Alice in Canada is number 12, The Message in a Hollow Oak. They really renamed some of these books, didn't they? Alice and the Persian Cats, that's number 16, Clue of the Tapping Heels. Sorry, I'm supposed to be playing this game. I'm getting distracted by these French Nancy Drew books. Alice and the Pickpocket, The Clue in the Jewel Box. So that's Alice et le Pickpocket. Ugh. I can translate that. Okay, so this is from the Docteur Gilbert Tripoli. Tu ne comprends pas de la français, Michael. Who's Michael? Whatever. Okay, so this is a puzzle.
If Minette has had a temper tantrum in the last 14 days, and if she declares that blue is her favorite color on the tape. Excuse me, Minette, but what's your favorite color?
Okay,
Red.
so blue is not her favorite color that day. I'll explain everything much later.
When asked to pick a number between 1 and 10, if Minette chooses an odd number on the day that tea is to be consumed. Minette, could you please pick a number between 1 and 10?
10.
Alright, so that is not an odd number. And more about the herbs. So basically we need to go through every single thing. So if she's had a temper tantrum in the last 14 days, yes. And if she likes blue, well, she doesn't like blue, so we're not doing that. If she's relaxed, not trying to meet a deadline, add Beowulf. Well, she's not relaxed, she has a deadline. If she is right-handed, which she is, add the herbs, which are in the Gaviform family. So now we need to go through the entire list of herbs and add the Gaviform ones. So Gaviform, that would be Calicula and Fenellery. And that is how you solve this puzzle. You go through every single thing very slowly. Hogbone. Yellow buttons. So in preparation for this video walkthrough, I actually read the book this is based on. I think it's called Death by Design, not Danger by Design. And the T is actually in the book, so it makes sense that we have T here. She's not wearing a dress, right? No dress? No dress. So the T is completely different. Minette did not choose an odd number. Okay, she is stressed out. And she's not drawn to odd numbers again. She had 10. So she's not humming, so she has a potency of 7 or greater. So I have Boojum. The book is really, really different from the game, and I'll talk about the differences as time goes on. So what happens is that, okay, gibbering. Gibbering is something. The tea is poisoned, and Nancy accidentally drinks the tea which was meant for Minette. So Nancy gets poisoned. And Nancy has 3 days to solve the mystery, otherwise she will die from the poison. Uh-oh. I actually kind of like that storyline. It made it pretty interesting, although Nancy was collapsing left and right and not able to solve the mystery because she kept on, you know, having adverse effects to the poison. And Bess was there. Bess was there with her. Bess was also in this mystery. Also, it didn't take place in France. It took place in Chicago. And the people in the studio audience, I'm not paying attention to you because I'm really focused on this puzzle. Her favorite color is red, so all of those which grow in marshy areas, they're talking about Supernatural and Doctor Who and Sherlock. And the Avengers? Wow. Aren't those guys superheroes or something? Okay, marshy areas. Marshy areas. Here we go, Breeland. I hope I don't lose this puzzle because I put the same route in more than once. I don't see marshy areas anywhere. Still looking for those marshy areas. Ah, Vervain. Yeah, Varvain. Here we go. Wait. Varvain, and I brew it.
All done. I finished making your tea.
Just leave it there.
Hello, everybody. Okay, so we are finished with the tea puzzle. Hopefully.
Nancy, come back here. The tea is utterly rude. I can already feel my creativity flowing again, building like a wave on the ocean, surging towards some unseen shore. I have another job for you, a very critical job. See the stuff that I've been studying? That, in essence, is my spring collection.
Uh-huh.
All those objects have certain things in common which speak to and stimulate the artistic sinews of my subconscious, from which all the designs I need will eventually burst forth.
Uh-huh.
They're all totally rude, but they're not enough. I need more, Nancy. You need to take the number 7 metro to Pont Neuf, go to the flea market in Square de Vergalant Park, and buy me 4 more things with qualities identical to the ones each of these possesses. Use this bag. Put everything in there as soon as you buy it. I don't want anyone seeing what you bring me. It could give away my whole collection. Here's some money.
Woohoo! Money!
I'm just supposed to go out and buy things?
Stuff. I want stuff. New stuff that's just like this old stuff, only different. Now just take a good look at my stuff, then go. Go!
Go like the wind, Nancy. So we need to find stuff which is like this stuff. So what do these things have in common? You will have to guess if you don't know what the answer is. Nancy's going to find things which have the same qualities as these things. Stuff. Ooh, dress.
Interesting material.
You're not touching that, are you?
I was just looking. What kind of material is this?
It's a brand new blend. Doesn't even have a name yet. Don't you have work to do?
Just curious.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Seriously, you're not being very nice, Minette. You're being mean, which is why I call her Meanette, because she's mean. And this is a puzzle.
What's this?
That's the plotter. It's broken. Fixing it is one of your jobs.
Oh. So let's see. Computer is... What?
Sunny was here.
Sunny? That name sounds familiar somehow.
Pick up envelope from J.J. Ling. Pick up fabric photos from Dieter von Schwesterkrank. Deliver photos to John Michel Trequenard. Fix plotter. Do whatever Minette tells you to do and do it fast.
Okay, so we need to fix the plotter. And mail. Okay, mail. Mail. I guess we don't really need to look at the mail. We have office supplies. Emily, dear Miss Minette, I ain't never wrote nothing like this before, and I ain't too sure about this email stuff neither, but I saw a picture of her dress in a magazine when I was working at the library shift just now, and I mean, it was just so beautiful it stopped me in my tracks. Maybe it was 'cause the gal what was wearing it was kind of shaped like me. I ain't huge or nothing, but I ain't exactly skinny neither. Or maybe it was 'cause all the colors in it reminded me of those pretty bottles I got back home at Moon Lake. But anyways, I liked that dress a bunch, and when I looked at the other dresses on the page, I liked them too. So I read the article what came with them and found out you was their designer. So I thought you should know you make good dresses, and you shouldn't pay no mind to anybody what says you don't, especially that Butterly fella. He sounds like a first-class jerk to me. Your fan, Emily Griffin. Emily, from Nancy Drew, Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Pizza parlor. They are no longer delivering pizza because Minette scared away all of the delivery people. And everybody sends their emails in English because this is not France. I mean, yes, hello. Welcome to France.
These doodles sure look familiar. Sunny June did them. He must have been Minette's last assistant. Wow, that guy gets around.
Oh, right, so this is Sunny June. He was drawing pictures. He likes drawing pictures. And he likes aliens. So this is the puzzle. We have to set the plotter to one of these 5 settings. Let's try setting number 1. Setting number 1 was this. Yeah, I know, the people in the studio audience are saying I didn't even come close to Emily's accent. I didn't really try. What's something Emily says? Well, hey there, Nancy. I'm gonna need you to get the dozen little critters for me. Otherwise, you might scare the bejeebies out of me. Something like that. That sounds more like Emily than what I was doing there. Get the phone. So Nancy is fired if she does something like this.
Nancy?
All right, that does it. Nancy, you're fired.
I should have gotten the phone. There.
Okay, so we all trying again. Nancy, get the phone. Get the phone, Nancy.
Get the phone.
Get the phone, Nancy!
Bonjour, Minette's House of Design.
Bonjour. My name is Lynn Manrique. I'm with the Modern History Department at UC Kearns in the States, and I'm following up on the letter I sent to Minette about 2 weeks ago concerning Noisette Tornade.
Noisette Tornade?
It's that historian person, isn't it? Tell her we're sorry, but Minette is extremely busy and won't be able to get back to her for at least 6 weeks.
I'm sorry, but
I heard. Well, 6 weeks it is then. Thank you anyway.
Oh no, everybody. I can't see what the people in the studio audience are saying right now. My computer's messing up. Okay, well, I will... Wait, is that Big Bunny? Exclusif le lapin indicateur de toi? I don't know what that means, but let's see if I can actually get my computer to work so I can see what people are saying in the studio audience. That would be nice. But, let me do something then. We were going to go outside to, hey Heather. What's this? Huh?
There's something on the floor here. Looks like someone slipped it under the door.
That's weird.
It's
Minette.
from Minette.
Go ahead and open it.
It's a letter.
Make the most of what little time you have left. Soon it will all be over.
That
No, not another
that
one.
is not good.
Minette's gotten other letters like this?
Letters, phone calls. They started sometime in April, then they stopped, then they started up again in July. And last month, someone sent Minette dead flowers every day for a week. She locks the letters up in her dodo box over there in order to neutralize them.
May I keep this letter?
Why? I mean, if you were some kind of private detective, I'd say sure, but since you're not, just put it in the dodo box.
But I mean, okay. How do you open this thing?
You don't. There's a lock on it, but Minette is convinced that if she opens it, all the wickedness in there will escape and wreak havoc. In fact, don't say anything to her about that letter. It'll just upset her, and if she falls any further behind, she'll have to cancel her show next month. And if that happens, she may as well cancel her career.
Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so, you know, the computer... I'm using two computers here. One computer to play the game, the other computer to read what's going on in the studio audience. So the other computer, apparently decided to update. Now it's updating the computer. I'm at 2%. So...
All the red paint.
Oh, it
spread
jumped
on
from
the wall
2% to
Minette's
34%.
I came in one morning last month, and there it was. Minette must have had a bad night.
So it'll be a while before I can use this extra computer to see what the people in the studio audience are saying. Sorry, studio audience, I will get back to you as soon as possible, but for now, I'll just play this game.
You didn't ask her about it?
Minette always throws things when she's upset. Remember what happened when you first arrived?
Oh yeah, the potted plant. I get your point. Has this windmill or moulin always been a fashion design studio?
No. In fact, until a year or two ago, this little old lady lived here. When she passed away, this place went on the market and Minette snapped it up. See, Minette has this thing about curves. She claimed working in a quasi-round environment like this would make her more productive.
And has it?
As if. But she has gotten a lot of press out of it. In fact, if there's one thing I've learned from Minette, it's that how a designer behaves is likely to get her just as much attention in the fashion world as what she designs.
And finally, I'm going to talk about Dieter von Schwesterkronk.
Who is Dieter von Schwesterkronk?
He's this awesome fashion photographer.
So
But
awesome.
listen, as it turns out, I have to run an errand in that area, so I'll pick up those fabric photos.
Oh no, that's okay. I'll do it. Finding his studio will help me get more familiar with Paris. In fact, why don't I run your errand too?
No, that's all right. It can wait. Getting those prints to Jean-Mi is much more important.
Why is that?
Jean-Michel Trequenard is the fashion editor for Glam Glam magazine. All he really is a glorified gossip columnist, so it pays to be nice to him. Which, as you'll find out, ain't easy. His office is the Café Kiki on the Rue des Mauvais Garçons in the Marais. Look for the bald guy at the corner table. He'll have a cell phone in one hand and a fork in the other.
So many French words.
I'll let you get back to work.
Have fun!
Alright, so like I said, I read the book. Jean-Michel Traquenard is not really a major character in the book. It's sort of a minor character. We read two articles which are written by the fashion designer, or by the gossip columnist. And they basically, it's basically Minette reads the article, which is about how she's going crazy, and then she gets really, really upset. She's like, I'm not going crazy! Ah, seriously! I'm not crazy! I'm not! But Dieter, the handsome photographer, definitely in the book. Different name, though. He's not German. His name is Paul Laval. Paul Laval. Paul Laval.
No, no, don't say anything. Let me guess. You lost your passport, so you're looking for the American consulate to get it replaced. Only you wound up here because you asked a Parisian for directions, and you thought you understood what he said, only you didn't. Am I right?
Actually, I'm looking for Dieter von Schwesterkrank.
Dieter von Schwesterkrank. Please don't tell me you're a would-be model who thinks her career would take off if only I would photograph her.
No, my name's Nancy Drew. Minette sent me here to pick up some fabric photos.
Ah, I regret to say I have not printed them up yet, nor will I have time to do so for quite a while. Had I used my digital cameras, there would be no problem, but unfortunately, the essence of those fabrics was better captured by film.
So this is a question I always have because I don't understand my photography friends at all, and they say it really makes a huge difference whether you use film or like a digital camera. Does that actually make a difference? I don't know why, because, you know, the only thing I hear from my photography friends is they like to make fun of, like, iPhones and things, because the iPhone only has a capacity of, it only takes pictures at 2.0 megapixels, whereas their fancy Kodak cameras take things at 2.5 megapixels, and I'm sitting here like, what's a megapixel? I don't understand the joke, but anyway, photography! Yes, it's photography. Photogrific.
But I need to deliver them to that fashion editor, Jean-Michel Traquenard, today.
My regrets once again. Do you know how to make prints?
No, I do not.
No.
Then you will learn. There is a binder on the bookshelf that will tell you how to make prints with the paper I use, which is Kohlmeister Catacomb PB paper. The darkroom is through the door with the red light by it, and the 4 negatives from which prints need to be made are next to the enlarger. I'm sure you'll do fine.
Ba-doo-ba-doo.
Ah, you're done making those prints?
No, I want to talk for a little bit.
I have a question.
Not about making prints, I hope.
It's about something else.
What?
What's your opinion of Minette's assistant, Heather McKay?
Heather's a bright girl. A crush on me is unfortunate, but I can handle it.
Wait, crush?
She has a crush on you?
It's obvious to me that she does. Dealing with models the way I do day in and day out, I've gotten pretty good at knowing what women are thinking and feeling.
Oh my, me, oh my.
Does Heather know that you know?
I've said nothing to her because although there is no chance that I will ever reciprocate her feelings, I see no point in hurting her. Let her have her crush. Eventually she will set her heart on someone else and I will be forgotten.
I'm still trying to get my computer back into mode so I can see what people in the studio audience are talking about. It looks like they are talking about photography? They say it's okay, and then they're talking about ABBA. Okay. And somebody says moo 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 moo. Thank you, Katie. Great contribution.
I think I'll go to work on those prints now.
Okay, so now that the studio audience has returned, we are going to solve what could be the hardest puzzle of the game. It's not a very nice puzzle. Hey, Dieter. How's it going? Here it is. Thank you for your purchase of the Kohlmeister Catacomb PB photographic paper. So first, you turn on the switch. Then, oh wait, you put the photograph in, then you turn on the switch for 2 to 9 seconds.
Larger negatives, developer, stop that, mixer. May I take this binder into the dark room with me?
Leave it in here, please. If you take it in there, you might spill something on it.
Wow, thank you for being nice. Okay, so then you put it in this fluid for 7 to 12 seconds. Then you put it in this fluid for less than 5 seconds. Then you put it in this fluid for 8 to 15 seconds. And then you can hang up your picture. Do photos really work like this in real life? Hey, it's Dory. Hi, Dory. Hi. Aw. I like his little fishy fish.
Just make sure you don't knock over anything in there. Some of those chemicals are extremely volatile.
Whoa, look at all those bottles of chemicals. One false move and boom.
So really, I think one of the only ways to do this puzzle correctly is to actually actually put tape on your computer monitor on your screen, because otherwise you have to do let me see, you have to do this.
Gosh, it's pitch black in here. With all those chemicals around, I'm going to have to be real careful.
Okay, let me go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab the piece of paper. Grab the piece of paper. Okay, so next I'm putting it in this thing for 7 to 12 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Less than 5 seconds here, so...
Shoot.
Uh-oh! Clicked in the wrong spot. And as you saw, I totally clicked in the right spot. Okay, so I clicked a little bit too high up on the thing. Okay, let's try this again.
Oh my gosh, it's pitch black in here. With all those chemicals around, I'm going to have to be real careful.
1, 2, 3.
I broke my timer, so
1,
you'll have to count to yourself.
2,
You know, 9,
3,
8,
4,
7, 6, 5.
5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2. Less than 5 seconds. And the final thing was 8 to 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 42, 87, hike.
There, all done. 1 down, 3 to go. It's a picture of fabric, all right.
Oui, a picture of fabric. And so now we do this one more time. We do this 3 more times. Now if you want to get out of this, just flush the toilet. How many times was it? 10 times? There's a toilet in this room, so if you flush the toilet many, many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you flush the toilet many, many times, my hand is killing me right now, the hand that I've got up against the screen. If you flush the toilet many, many times, it will automatically solve the puzzle. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I probably didn't do the fixer part right. Shoot.
Oh, not long enough, not long enough. Oh no, oh dear. Gonna have to do it again. Oh dear, oh dear. My hand is killing me already. Stretching out my arms here. Let's try this again. Now I'm just gonna try guessing here, which is obviously not the right thing to do. Wait, I didn't have the enlarger on long enough.
Something tells me I didn't have it in the developing fluid for the right amount of time. Nuts. It didn't turn out. Shoot.
Wait, what? Okay, let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Great. 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next is this. 1, 2, 2 seconds. And then this one is 8 seconds, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There, all done. Finished another one. Looks like fabric to me.
And the people in the studio audience are having fun, because I died. You are such nice people, studio audience. My failure is your joy. Let's try this again. Get my fingers straightened on the computer screen. And go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There, all done. I'm getting there. Beautiful. Not very interesting, but beautiful.
Yes, it is fabric. Okay, so final picture here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
There, all done.
All done.
There, I'll just put them in an envelope and I'll be all set.
Hooray! Finished! Hooray, hooray! We're fantastic, everybody. And is that a duck? Quack, quack. Totally is.
Ah, you made the prints. Now you get to have the pleasure of delivering them to Monsieur Traquenard.
It sounds like you don't like him.
He's a conceited nixnutz who thinks far too highly of himself and far too little of everyone else to do his job fairly.
Heather didn't seem to like him very much either.
I refuse to bow and scrape when I'm in his presence, and he resents me for it. He's not used to that. You see, most people are so afraid he'll write something bad about them that as far as they're concerned, whatever Jean-Mi wants, Jean-Mi gets, no questions asked.
Why does Jean-Mi need those prints?
Heather said that he wants to use them to illustrate an upcoming story about modern fabrics.
Au revoir.
Drop by again?
See you later, Mr. Not Traquenard. Mr. Schwesterklank! Right. Okay, so basically this is the beginning of the game, so we're just going around meeting everybody and doing things like that. I'm super excited now that I've actually finished the puzzle. How's it going, everybody in the studio audience? I had more things to talk about, but I'm actually here, so I'll talk about things later.
Bonjour. Lequel préférez-vous?
Parlez-vous anglais?
If you buy, I speak whatever you like. I am Malika. I sell fine things from around the world. The others here, they sell things which they pry from the muck of their basements.
Okay, let's see what you got.
So, France, where you buy things which were pulled from people's basements. We need to get things for Michelle. We need to get stuff. So this...
How much are you selling the green rings for?
They are green magic rings. They cost 15 euros.
€4.
Too much. 4 euros is more like it.
Voila. What else do you like?
So we need to get stuff that Minette will like, and she likes stuff which is round.
How much are you selling this for?
Put some flowers around the bottom and voila, you have a centerpiece. And I ask only 8 euros.
Would you give it to me for 1 euro?
This crystal pyramid you can find nowhere else. 8 euros, that is my price.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
You're selling a wheel from a kiddie car?
With imagination, that wheel can be put to many uses, which is why the price is 35 euros.
I think 1 euro is a fair price.
That wheel is in perfect condition. 35 euros is my final price.
You're ridiculous. That's more than $20, and it's for a wheel. Come on.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
That is ridiculous. C'est ridiculous.
What do you want for this train engine?
That is the favorite toy of my brother. My sister paints it orange to spite him, and still my brother loves it. He lets me sell it only because today he is an engineer and no longer needs a toy train. The price is 15 euros.
The train costs more than a tiny little wheel. Ridiculous.
An orange train? I think €1 is all it's worth.
For my brother's favorite toy, any less than 15 euros is an insult.
Wow, this person does not want me to, undercut her.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
Spoon.
This spoon looks familiar.
You can get a Sunday spoon like that in only one place. From a hotel in an amusement park which is said to be haunted. It is very special, and yet I sell for only 12 euros.
Would you take €3 instead?
You cannot get a spoon like this in all of Paris. It is worth 12 euros.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
Let's see how much the teddy bear costs.
Anything special about this stuffed animal?
It is a very nice shade of blue, and it is only 10 euros.
It's not that nice a shade. I'll pay €1.
For a child who loves soft, squishy blue things, it is a wonderful toy. 10 euros, so no sale.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
Yeah.
Guess I'm just not in
Everybody-
a fun mood.
When you come back, maybe then I have what you like.
I'll remember that.
Merci. Au revoir.
Everybody in the studio audience agrees with me that those prices are insane, and they suggest that Nancy just steals this thing and run like heck. Nancy, run like you stole it! Okay, so what does this say in French, people? Les trucs de Monique. So it's Monique's trucks?
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
Oh, hello.
Bargains, you have come to the right place. What captures the eyes?
Well,
Okay, so the reason why I didn't buy the wheel, you're supposed to buy round things, but some of these round things don't count. So, I mean, Minette likes the lava lamp because it's a round thing, and she likes the cone because it's a round thing. She doesn't really care about the round lipstick or the round bowling ball. What's
this
this?
piece of stone looks interesting.
Your instincts are very good. It is not just a piece of stone, it is a piece of history. That is an ancient key from an ancient civilization. I sell it to you for 53 euros.
Wait, is that the jade key from Nancy Drew, Secret of the Scarlet Hand? Ridiculous!
It's basically a piece of stone. I'll give you €1 for it.
53 euros. That is my price.
Oh, come on, that's not how bargaining works. Come on.
Then I'm not interested.
See anything else you like?
Okay.
What's the price of this lava lamp?
That lamp is very special. The truck which rises and falls inside it, unlike any I have ever seen. Watching it will entertain you for hours, and I am selling it for only 20 euros.
Okay, so, the people in the studio audience are saying truc means stuff, so that makes sense. So the stuff inside the lava lamp is going up and down. So she named her store after the stuff inside lava lamps? Wow, okay.
Would you take €15 instead?
It is yours. See anything else you like?
Does this cost very much?
The traffic cone is one of my favorites. So colorful and so useful. With it, I myself learned to park my car parallel, and I ask only 10 euros for it.
It's just a little cone. €1.
It is yours. See anything else you like?
What is this?
How much is this wooden plane?
Only 10 euros.
10's too much. How about €5?
It is yours. See anything else you like?
Let's get this.
What do you want for this golf club?
It is a very good club to practice with, and so my price is 35 euros.
I don't play, but would you take €1 for it?
35 euros, not 1 euro less.
Then I'm not interested.
See anything else you like?
Everything is so expensive, it is ridiculous.
Is there something special about this stuffed animal?
16 euros.
I'll pay you €4.
I will sell that to you for 16 euros, no less.
Then I'm not interested.
See anything else you like?
Okay, what's this?
What is this?
That is as close to a magic wand as you will ever find outside of the fairy tales. It was crafted by a magician who is said to have given it true magical powers. This is why for it I ask 85 euros.
That's ridiculous.
Magic isn't my thing, but it's kind of pretty. I'll give you €1 for it.
It is yours.
Ho ho!
Would you like?
Looks like we figured out that magic wand is a load of
Actually, I don't see
bunk.
anything else.
Here, new things come and old things go all the time. You must come back.
I might just do that. Au revoir.
Au revoir, mademoiselle.
So really, is this what happens in France? People just sell random things that they pull from their basements? Oh, and here's Monsieur Marchand. If you'll notice, he has a hook for a hand.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Monsieur Marchand, à votre service.
Bonjour, Monsieur Marchand.
American tourist?
We.
Sort of. Is that okay?
I like Americans. They are smart. I sell good stuff and they can tell. So, what are you going to buy?
Well, what's in here? A movie?
Oui, it contains an American short film. I am not sure if it is about the beloved beast of burden in Tibet or about someone who talks a lot, but it has won many awards. As a fact that it is in a nice blue canister makes it well worth €84.
Wait, €84? I'm not paying $100 for a film, which probably doesn't work because I don't have a film projector. Do people still have film projectors? No, everything's digital film now.
Would you take €21 instead?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
Somebody's saying that they sell random stuff in Japan, and Hayden is saying, yeah, they totally do sell random stuff in, Paris. Okay.
Can never have too many of these, I guess.
It is an excellent coffee can. I practically give it to you for €7.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Would you take €4 for it?
Vendu.
Yeah, it's an empty coffee
What else
can.
tickles the fancy?
Hey, wait, is this the thing that the wheel was stolen from?
This miniature red wagon is kind of cute.
A little dirt, a colorful plant, and voila, you have a very interesting mobile planter. It is yours for €8.
€4 is more my speed.
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
Oh, I like this guy. He's willing to negotiate.
Does this guy cost very much?
No garden shall be without a gnome, because that one is in such excellent condition. I am asking €44 for it.
It looks ugly and nasty.
Would you give it to me for €1?
That gnome is fantastic. €44, that is my price.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else tickles the fancy?
Where have I seen this arm before?
That is the arm of a robotic monster with a very interesting history. The police detective who sold it to me says the arm figured into the capture of a dangerous criminal who operated out of an amusement park in America. I sent it to
Yes,
you
from
for
Nancy Drew, The Haunted Carousel.
A real steal, if you will pardon the expression.
Would you take €5 instead?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
This book on car repair might come in handy.
If you are the driver of a car, you must have that book. You never know when something is going to break or wear out or just, boom, explode. Peace of mind, that is what that book
I don't
gives
have a
you.
car.
And it is yours for just €11.
I really don't think I'd use it that much. I'll pay you €1.
The price is €11.
Ooh, ow.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else tickles the fancy?
And somebody did point out this gnome is not wearing pants, which is disgusting.
You're
Yes.
selling a manhole cover?
It is a genuine Parisian manhole cover, one which will make a fine souvenir for someone back home. And it is only €45.
You stole it! You stole it!
But it's yellow. I think €1 is plenty.
The metal it's made of is worth more than that. €45, take it or leave it.
I'll buy it.
Wait, no, misclicked. Misclicked. I did not mean to click there.
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
By any chance, does Mademoiselle wish to earn some money?
Maybe. How?
The tourists, they like to buy hand-painted reproductions of famous works of art. But as you can see, it is difficult for me to paint them. But for a young woman such as you, it is easy.
You want me to paint the reproductions?
You see, the lines are already there. You look at the original painting, you put paint on your brush, you paint between the lines. Voila! A painting which the tourists will gobble up. And I pay you €15 for each one you complete. Do you wish to start now?
No thanks. Maybe later.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
Alright, so if you have money, you can buy things. If you don't have money, you have to paint this guy's paintings. Okay, I'm leaving now. Let's actually give this stuff to Minette. Yes, I can't believe that this guy just steals random manhole covers and sells it. You know what? I think I'll do this now. This is how I'm going to make money. I will just take random things that I have stolen and sell them for overinflated prices.
Nancy, get the phone.
Bonjour, Minette's House of Design.
Bonjour, est-ce que c'est Heather?
Wait a minute, I think I recognize this voice.
This is Nancy Drew.
Nancy True. Oh my, that name is familiar, but for the life of me, I cannot remember why. Nancy True. This is going to drive me mad.
May I ask who this is?
Prudence Rutherford.
Prudence Rutherford.
Oh, shoot.
I know you. I talked to you when I was working at the Beach Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I'm Nancy Drew, remember? You sent me a copy of your fire ruby necklace. You know, the one that had been stolen.
Oh, good heavens, yes, of course, Nancy Drew. Why, as I understand it, it was largely because of your investigatory prowess that my real necklace was recovered soon thereafter. What on earth is a nascent detective like you doing answering the telephone for Minette? Get down from there. Excuse me, dear.
Nancy, tell her the designs are done and will be shipped to her by the end of the week. Then go to the work table and finish them.
You want me to finish them?
The instructions are all right there. Piece of cake.
Are you? Why my husband insists on sitting here in my study in his soggy tennis talks when he has the run of the whole villa is beyond me. Oh dear. Thanks to that scallywag, I've quite forgotten what we were talking about.
I was just about to tell you that I'm working for Minette because I'm interested in fashion design.
Fashion design? You?
Yes. See, the more I learned about the way ancient Maya dressed, the more interested I became in how modern people dress.
That's just silly, dear.
Yes, well, in any case, we'll be sending you the finished designs for the ensemble very shortly.
Wonderful. I'm sure they're going to knock my socks off and blow me away, as you young people like to say. Justine, get the deodorizer, please. Philip's been in here again, I'm afraid. Goodbye, dear. Or shall I say, à tout à l'heure.
Oh, tootaloo! Okay, so that is Prudence Rutherford. Apparently she's on husband number 3 now. I thought she was going to get married to Henrik Vanderhoon. She is from Nancy Drew, Secret of the Scarlet Hand, a game in which you do things which are things, and you do them. It's excellent.
If you need to talk to Minette, good luck. She's playing that ridiculous online game she's obsessed with and refuses to do anything else until she gets the highest score. It is so aggravating.
Oh my goodness, this is going to take a while, isn't it? Okay, well, this is, we're going to talk to Minette here. As you can see, she's using the computer.
Minette, Minette, hello, Minette. Shh.
That's what I'm like when I play Nancy Drew games. People are like, hello, Michael. Michael, do you want to eat now? Shh, I'm playing Nancy Drew. Michael, I've got a $100 bill for you. Shh, I'm playing Nancy Drew. So, this is a puzzle. Which puzzle should I do? Should I do the game puzzle or the clothing puzzle? I guess I'll just do the game puzzle because it's a bit easier. So, Carol and Rude, that's what Sunny's notes say. Which is your clue that the game portal, Carol and Rude, is what you need. Carol, username, password,
Happen to know what
Rude.
Minette's login is?
I'm afraid I have no idea.
And this is Jane's game portal. Hooray! I like this music. Okay, so this is Jane from Curse of Blackmore Manor, making games. So I need to break the high score of 1,000 points. Okay, so we want to match faces, which I am not very good at. Guy with crazy hair with guy with crazy hair. Angry looking model with Somebody? Okay, I'm at 300. I'm not good at this though. Not seeing any matches. There we go. My eyes are drawn to the people whose faces I recognize, so those would be the Nancy Drew characters. If I could get another one of those women. Okay, there we go. That's a match. Let me see. Seriously, not seeing any matches here. Happy woman. Let's see, is there another happy woman? Yes, there is. There we go. Okay, I beat the high score. Hello, everybody. Now I'm going to read what people in the studio audience have to say. Snooty person with snooty person. Good. Good. They're wondering how Minette does not notice that somebody else was logged in as her. I don't know why. I don't know why. And this is kind of a boring minigame. It's basically a petroglyph punch, which was in the game with Jane in it. She likes petroglyph plunge? Petroglyph plunge. Okay.
I got the highest score. Or should I say Carol did.
Oh my gosh, I did it. Heather, I won. I got
What?
the highest
No!
score.
Oh no!
Here, we've got work to do, and I am on a roll.
Somebody was quoting... Uh-oh.
Get in there before she decides she has to beat that score.
Somebody quoted me as saying, if I could get another one of those women. Okay, no. I was saying that because of the game, not... Oh. Women try flirting with me, I say, shh, I'm playing Nancy Drew right now.
Ah, you have some stuff for me. Let's see it. How absolutely positively rude. The lava lamp, the rings, the canister, the cone. They're perfect. I adore them all. I'll take care of this other junk you bought. Now go away.
Oh. So sometimes, Minette lets you keep the stuff. And when you keep the stuff, you can sell it back to people at the sales place. You can sell it back to them.
I said I have work to do.
Okay, so we're finished with that, and now let's finish this puzzle with...
Are the designs I'm supposed to finish for Prudence Rutherford under here?
You got it.
Sunny. I've selected the clothing and accessories. Please read them through. Blah, blah, blah. Prints and patterns are not colors. Okay. So we have a pineapple purse. Faux leather pants. Green galoshes. Hat. Himalayan yak hair. Punk rock era. Boots, Shadow Ranch, yellow knee-ups, very nice. Furry pet angagora. Feather, very nice. Go disco, disco pants. Plastic
First thing I need to do
purse.
is flip up this plastic sheet.
Wait, now somebody's quoting me by saying women try flirting with me when I'm playing Nancy Drew. Well, mostly women named Nancy do that, because Nancy's always flirting with me. She's all, ooh, Michael, ooh, I like how you solve all these puzzles, and I'm like, no, Nancy, I'm trying to, okay. I'm getting confused. Summer is my least favorite season, but I must look smashing at all times. Okay, so 3 clothing pieces, the exact same color. No purses, nothing white, blonde, or yellow, so she wants color. And she wants her feet to be furry. Well, that's kind of a freaky thing to want. Furry feet, which means we are going to have... Did she say no white? no white, so the furry feet have to be pink. So I guess her three things are going to be pink. I have the answers written out, so I know what this is. But she needs some sort of sun protection. No patterns and no leather, so sun protection. Those are going to be glasses. I need green on my legs and head. Okay, legs and head.
By George, I think you've got it.
Wait, people are saying Nancy was flirting with Ned, not me. But that's the only reason why I play these Nancy Drew games is because she flirts with me, and now I'm sad. Okay, let's just solve this puzzle. No skirts, lots of skin, nothing from the summer outfit, no jeans. Head and face have to have the exact same theme. No primary colors are yellow. Oh right, yellow's not a primary color anymore. A tropical item, and nothing black. So the tropical item obviously is going to be the pineapple. And we need something which, works on the face and on the head. So I guess you could say that's this, but I don't really think those two match. I mean, that's just me. So I'm gonna say the mask and bunny ears. That's a match for the head and the face, right? As much skin as possible. So let's just get her a bra rather than, like a shirt or something. Please don't take that quote out of context, people in the studio audience.
By George, I think you've got it.
So why is Prudence going to wear that in public? I don't know. Who dresses like this in public? Oh, Prudence Rutherford, she's one of a kind! If the outfit is black, it must have something white. The top is not a single color, which means she is going to have to wear flannel. Multiple colors. Yay! Well, she doesn't have that many tops, so she just has the 2 tops, really? I guess she has 3. No red for fall, no boa. Only 1 piece of rain gear. Nothing sporty, no sunglasses or anything with braids. Nothing that would make her think of animals and plants. Black or white is okay, but not above the neckline. No short pants. So she wants long pants. She wants her plastic purse. She wants a wig with a mask for some reason. And the galoshes.
Well, that's that. All 3 outfits are ready for you to send to Prudence.
What?
Good job.
What? No. You people in the studio audience are being crazy. Somebody is quoting me as saying as much skin as possible. I'm going to stop saying things while I play this because we're just getting all sorts of inappropriate quotations. Like, I want Nancy Drew to die in this game. You'll probably get me quotes like that when I was really saying I don't want Nancy Drew to die.
What's up?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Why does Minette wear that mask?
All I know is that back in March, on the last day of her big fall show, she showed up wearing that mask, and she hasn't taken it off since.
And she's never bothered to explain why?
Sometimes she refuses to say. Other times she says it's because some mysterious man in black threw acid on her. I think it's because she just likes to get people's tongues wagging.
Well, I'll see you later.
Have fun!
So in the book, she doesn't wear a mask. She's just a crazy person. And we're not finished with our chores yet. We need to meet Jean-Michel Traquenard, as well as J.J. Ling. And I'm moving kind of slowly, so let me actually try to go a little bit faster in, beating this game. Hello, here we are at the Café Kiki. Oui.
Oui.
Excusez-moi, mais êtes-vous Monsieur Traquenard?
Please, in English. I do not wish to hear my native tongue butchered while I eat. As for my name, not Traquenard. It is Jean-Michel Traquenard.
Jean-Michel Traquenard.
Traquenard! Traquenard!
Traquenard.
Enough! What can I do for you, Mademoiselle?
Drew.
Drew.
Nancy Drew. I've just started working for Minette as an assistant.
Oh? What happened to Ezer?
Okay, so this is Jean-Michel. His neck scares me. So does his medallion. Okay, so he is a person. And who? Ezer? What?
Elzel?
Ezer Mickey.
Huh? Oh, Heather McKay. No, Heather still works for Manette. I'm kind of working for both of them.
Our Lady of the Mask has fired 3 assistants in the past 5 months. I hope you are not next. In fact, that Ezer has managed to avoid the axe for this long is truly remarkable.
Here, I'm supposed to give these photos to you. They came straight from Dieter von Schwesterkrank's darkroom. I printed them up myself.
You are quite doué as a photo developer. Bravo for you, Nancy Drew. Merci. I was afraid Ezer had forgotten. So, you had the pleasure of meeting von Schwesterkrank, eh?
So, this guy is bald, in case you can't tell. He's kind of bald, and he, people in the studio audience are saying they do like his purse. His purse is fantastic, and I have to agree.
He seemed very nice.
Dieter is a very enterprising young man, which in most cases is good, but when arrogance enters the picture... So, do you, like Ezer, hope to leave your mark on the world of couture?
In the world of couture, a single creation worn by someone famous to a high-profile event can be worth a fortune in publicity, which makes it a desperately competitive world. A world where bad things can and do happen to good people. Also, my neck is thicker than the rest of my body, which is very strange because my belly is big because I spend all my time eating at a cafe rather than, actually doing a job or something.
Would it be bad if I said yes?
In the world of couture, a single creation worn by someone famous to a high-profile event, such a dress can be worth a fortune in publicity, which makes it a desperately competitive world. A dog-eat-dog world. A world where bad things can and do happen to good people. You must order something. I insist. La carte, s'il vous plaît.
Oh, but I'm really not hungry.
Mademoiselle.
Thank you. I mean, merci.
Order anything you want. Everything here is superb. And Henri, he is the best waiter in all of France.
Well, in that case...
Okay, so he is the best waiter of all of France, meaning he is the one waiter in France who actually gets you your food in a timely manner, instead of, having you wait a half hour for your pizza. Or French food. What's French food? French bread? Is that French? I don't know. So, people, what should I order? I'm gonna let the studio audience, discuss this. Oh, okay, so that was me trying to show off and quote all of Jean-Mi's speech. Yeah, pretty good. And the thing on the table, they were wondering if he was secretly recording the conversation. No, the thing on the table is his personal digital assistant. So, Hannah is saying I should get the most expensive thing because it's, on his, bill. Okay.
The cuisse de grenouille.
Oui, mademoiselle.
Merci, Henri. Ajoutez-le à mon édition, s'il vous plaît.
Certainement.
Uh-oh. This looks like...
Frog legs. A brave but wise choice. They are magnifique.
If you say so.
Who made that decision? Hannah, you are not allowed to make any more decisions.
Moi, mademoiselle.
So, what else do you wish from me?
Yeah, okay, yeah, because Hannah made me pick frog's legs. Way to go, not cool, Hannah. Okay, so, the medallion. Question, is his medallion going to be the medallion and Nancy Drew the shattered medallion? We don't know. We don't know.
Do you have any idea why Minette wears that mask?
I believe she is the victim of botched plastic surgery.
Isn't Minette a little young to be undergoing plastic surgery?
Some women with noses that would put birds of prey to shame are perfectly content with their appearance, while others with acceptable features are convinced they are more hideous than Frankenstein. Self-image. It can make people do strange things.
And people are telling me that cheese is a French thing. French people like cheese. Okay, so let's get a cheeseburger. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you know in the previous video when I played Nancy Drew, Last Train at Blue Moon Canyon, you know I wanted to talk more about the cheeseburgers.
Do you have a real office somewhere?
When I'm writing my column, I go to my office at Glam Glam. When I'm researching my column, I come here. I have my telephone, which can do everything save sing the Marseillaise, good food, and a chair for whomever stops by.
If you had to name Minette's worst enemy, who would that be?
Ugo Patelli, without a doubt. Not only do he and Minette have similar design styles, so that they are constantly competing for the same coup de clients, but both of them are unthinking, socially inept egoists. It is a rare week that goes by without one of them insulting the other.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by things here on the internet. So this is a plot line, which is basically the main storyline of the book. It's really minor here in the game.
Has it ever gone beyond words?
Not to my knowledge. You ask very curious questions, Mademoiselle True. They make me think you know more than you are saying. And as a member of the press, I'm not sure that I like that.
How can I contact this Hugo Butterly person?
His phone number is right here in my digital assistant. Of course, it's extremely unlikely that you will be able to talk to him in person. Even I occasionally have trouble penetrating the wall of sycophants that surrounds him. So, what else do you wish from me?
Yes, so who goes to France just to buy cheeseburgers? That's ridiculous.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
D'accord.
Okay, so that's something which bothers me. You know, sometimes when I go to a place here which has cheeseburgers, they will try to say, oh, whatever that thing is, you know, the burger with pomme frites, which is French for French fries. And this place was charging like $5 for pomme frite. It's like, I'm not paying a huge amount of extra money just because you say it's French fries and you make it sound fancy because you're using French words. It's not foreign food, it's French fries. It's worth $2. $2 maximum. So the thing which distracted me is I was looking up Nancy Drew games in France because they actually released some of the Nancy Drew games in French in France. So it's called Les Inquiétudes, I don't know what that means, Les Inquiétudes de Nancy Drew. So Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon is Dernier Train pour Blue Moon Canyon. Other Nancy Drew games. Okay, so Ransom of the Seven Ships is Les Iniquités de Nancy Drew. Kidnapping au Bahamas. So I think it's Kidnapping at the Bahamas.
What?
So that's interesting. And Warnings at Waverly Academy is Paniqué à Waverly Academy. Trail of the Twister is Chasseurs de Tornades, which is Tornado Chasers. Haunting of Castle Malloy, Le Château Hanté de Malloy. And we also have La Légion du Crâne de Cristal, Legend of the Crystal Skull. And that's it for me trying to butcher the French language.
Why do you wear that mask?
This mask is a statement, Nancy. It's my way of telling society that it pays far too much attention to the face. I design clothes for the person. I'm telling society, forget the face. Look at the person. Look at my creations. The colors, the fabrics, the lines I choose. They are meant to enhance the person, not the face. The person. The face is inconsequential.
Ah, the Inquisitive. Okay, so the Inquisitive, that's what I totally forget what that word was, but the Adventures of Nancy Drew, the Inquisitive Nancy Drew.
I thought maybe you were just trying to save money on makeup. That was a joke.
Any more questions?
No.
Guess I'll be going.
Good.
So yeah. Well, what was I going to say? I've gotten confused here with the people in the studio audience. Is Minette the silent spy? She could be a spy, but is she silent? Oh, right, playing one of the Nancy Drew games in French. I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I don't speak French. Yeah, I wanted to play one in Spanish, but they don't really have Nancy Drew in Spanish. The Spanish Nancy Drews are mostly South America. South American, not like Spain or Mexico, but, you know, like, I don't know, El Salvador. I think it's Chile, probably, which really likes Nancy Drew. But with Nancy Drew in France, I forget which Nancy Drew games they've released. I think it's sort of a random spattering of games. They decided to release some games in France, but some games not. So I think this game is not released in French.
What? Another question? Look, just send the oldest, moldiest, worst-smelling cheese you have to that address. Now quit calling me and get it done.
Mr. Butterly?
Who is this?
Well, it's obviously not who you think it is. My name's Nancy Drew.
I don't know any Nancy Drew.
I'm kind of a friend of Minette's.
Her, I know.
Is that smelly cheese by any chance going to her?
Whatever for? Neither she nor her work needs any help from me to stink.
Oh,
If you'll excuse me, whoever you are, I'm going to hang up. Goodbye then.
No, wait. I just want to... Rats.
Well, so much for talking to Hugo Butterly. So have we done everything on the to-do lists? Oh, we did not pick up the envelope from JJ Lang, but we've done everything besides that. Okay. So I think they stopped releasing the Nancy Drew games in French. I think like game number 23 was like the last one they did in France. I don't know why. So there are actually some people who are fans of my Nancy Drew videos. It's basically, they liked the Nancy Drew series. They played them in French and they really liked it, but when they stopped making the games in French, they're like, no, I want more Nancy Drew! So they started watching my English walkthroughs for the Nancy Drew series, because they want to see what the other games in the series are like.
Come in, set your things down and come on over here. Hi, JJ Ling. I shake your hand, but I get flour all over you. Oh, and Heather called and told me about your luggage. No worries. I have plenty of clothes in every size imaginable. Your bedroom's down that hall. The airline lost my luggage once, told me it was gone for good and paid me $100. Then 5 years later, my suitcase shows up on my doorstep. And a bill for the $100 they'd paid me. Plus interest.
Oh my gosh, really?
What? You don't believe me?
Oh dear, and now the studio audience, everybody started shouting at once, and it destroyed my comment string. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe you. You're a liar, JJ. You're the lies, or you're like a lying liar.
Actually, no.
Ooh, you're honest, you're smart. You and I are gonna get along great, Nancy Drew. You were right not to believe me. I made it up. See, to be a good model, you kind of have to be a good actress, too. So sometimes I make things up, you know, just for practice. Just to see if I can get people to believe me.
Okay, so somebody's saying in France that this game is in French. Apparently, instead of Danger by Design, it's Danger à cause de la. De la what? De la mode. Okay, so coeur, that's heart. Sacré coeur, Sacred Heart, de Jésus. I know that because, you know, what do you call it? Les petites fleurs de Sacré Coeur de Jésus. Yeah. Catholic saint. Sorry, back to the game. Hey everybody, this is JJ Ling. Nancy's going to be working and living with her. She is a model.
Doesn't that make people kind of mad?
Some people, yeah. But I don't do it to be mean. And it's not like I'm hurting anybody. I'm just being creative.
And lying.
I've got some people convinced that I won the lottery and am actually a millionaire. It's kind of fun. You like chocolate chip cookies?
I love chocolate chip cookies.
So do I. And the nice thing is, I'm about 3 pounds shy of being the perfect size 12 that I need to be for Minette. I have a very high metabolism. So, I make cookies, I eat cookies, and since you're here, I share cookies.
Can't you just eat straight cookie dough? I mean, that makes you gain weight really, really quickly, right?
Why does Minette want you to be a size 12?
Contractually, I have to be a size 12. See, Minette is into curves, so she designs clothes for full-figured, curvy women. Because I signed on to be a fitting model, I have to maintain the ideal size 12 weight and shape.
Oh, so Shadow at the Water's Edge in French is Le Motel Maudit. Maudit? Let's say the Maudlin Motel. Yeah, that's going to be my English translation of Shadow at the Water's Edge.
Can you think of anyone who might be out to get Minette?
Well, Dieter, obviously.
And everybody loves cookies.
Dieter von Schwesterkrank?
He and Minette went out for about 6 months. Then all of a sudden, last April, Minette dumped him. Just tossed him aside like last month's edition of Vogue.
Do you know why she broke it off?
No idea. Although I suspect it has something to do with the fact that Dieter lets his pet boa constrictor run loose in that photographic studio of his.
He has a pet boa constrictor?
That's what I said. Don't you believe me?
Nice try, JJ.
This time I'm telling the truth. Dieter really does keep a snake in his studio. Hardly anybody knows about it. I think it may be illegal. If you happen to be in there, be careful.
So, fun fact, I believe this woman is the same voice actress as Mrs. Drake in Nancy Drew, Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Does anyone else live here?
No, it's just me. And you now. Managed to get a short-term lease. Soon as I'm done being Minette's fitting model, I am out of here.
What's a fitting model?
A fitting model puts on samples from a designer's latest line, so the designer can create each piece on a real live person instead of a dress form. It's not very exciting. In fact, it's totally boring. Plus, you're always getting stabbed with pins. But it pays the bills.
Heather wants me to pick up an envelope from you.
Oh yeah, it's right over there. Heather needed a bunch of personal information so they can pay me, but I refused to give it out over the phone. I'm real paranoid about that sort of stuff. Don't ask me why, I just am. Go ahead and take it to her.
So someone is saying that JJ is definitely not a size 12. This is France. Maybe she's a French size 12? I know the Philippines have different sizes than America. Yeah, it was kind of difficult the one time I had to get Filipino clothing, or clothing from the Philippines.
I'll let you get back to your cookie dough.
Ciao, Bella.
I was getting a basketball jersey so I could play basketball. Yeah. I'm like a basketball player and stuff. So, the top story, we are out of mint. There is a mint shortage in France. And prices are rising, which could cause inflation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, this is, how do you say, it is not good. It is very bad.
Uh-oh. Dad made me promise not to go anywhere by myself after dark. This'll have to wait until tomorrow.
And the people in the studio audience are singing from Mulan. Let's get down to business to defeat the Hans. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? You're a spineless spellpathetic lot, and you haven't got a clue. Somehow I'll make a man out of you, Nancy Drew. Somehow I'll make a man out of you. Oh, and French? Apparently the UK has different sizes than the United States too. Yeah, that makes sense. I know they have different shoe sizes because I have bowling shoes, and so my shoes are labeled as UK and American shoes just to make it easier for shoe designers. Because not a lot of people buy bowling shoes. I am supposed to learn something. This.
JJ.
I told you, she's not answering her phone.
Heather, I don't want excuses. I want JJ now.
Okay, sorry to interrupt the game here for a moment, but I have to interrupt the game here just to show you something. This is going to be a little bit off topic, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. This is the book that it's based on, Nancy Drew, Death by Design. So let me show you the cover. I'm trying to show you the cover. This is the fancy dress that Nancy's wearing. It's a fancy outfit, which is actually described in the book, it's a plot point. Minette makes Nancy put on the fancy outfit, which was designed for herself. She's like, hey, Nancy, you and I are about the same size. Put on this fancy outfit. And it turns out that the fancy outfit is poisoned. It's poisoned. So that's how Nancy gets poisoned in the book. Let's get really close so you can see the handsome photographer. Yeah, what do you think about that? Handsome photographer guy. And this is Nancy collapsed on the floor due to the poison. And standing over her is Bess. Bess is going, oh no, Nancy, my hairdo is awful. I mean, she's going, oh no, Nancy, you're dying. No, no. Oh. Okay, that's it for the cover of the book. Let's get back to the game.
Nancy, it seems that Minette has finally thought up all the designs she needs for her spring collection. But instead of putting them down on paper, like a normal designer, she insists on creating them on a live model, hence her sudden, desperate need for JJ.
Why isn't JJ answering her phone?
Who knows? Sometimes I think she's even more neurotic than Minette.
I'll head over to her apartment and see what the problem is.
Heather, I don't want excuses. I want JJ now.
Go like the wind.
Go like the wind, Nancy. Like the wind, which is also going to get JJ. So JJ isn't in the book whatsoever. JJ is a brand new character they invented for the book. The book is more about the competition between Minette and the other designer. That would be Hugo Butterly here. So Heather is basically like two characters. We have Minette's assistant, and then we have Hugo's assistant. So Heather is like the two assistants just squished together into one character.
Oh, goody, you're back. I'm really bored. Let's play Hangman. You know how to play, right?
No, actually, I don't.
It's real easy. All you do is try to guess what six-letter word I'm thinking of. You just say a letter, and if it's a letter in the word I'm thinking of, I'll write it down. If it's not in the word, I'll also draw part of the guy who's getting hanged. If I finish the stick figure before you guess the word, you lose. So, you ready?
Ready.
So I'm going to play this. Let's see when it kills you, because
Hey.
everybody I've played
That's
with
a winner.
has different ideas about
Z.
when this game
not.
ends.
Y. X. W.
Oopsie.
V. U.
Okay, so some people I play with say that's the end of the game. Game over right there.
T.
I've never seen anybody who draws little hands on the person,
S.
or little feet.
R.
I've seen the X's on the eyes and then a frowny and say that's the end of the person. When do you people in the studio audience usually finish a game of Hangman? Please stop singing. Please stop singing. Disney songs, and we're paying attention to a game, right? We are playing the Not So Blue game.
E.
That's a winner.
Let me see. Oh, they're singing from Beauty and the Beast, which is a French game.
O.
And the word was...
Candle.
Play again?
No thanks.
Anytime you want to play, just let me know.
Minette needs you at her studio. In fact, she's been screaming for you. Literally.
Too bad. I'm not going anywhere until these mint chocolate chip cookies are finished.
What?
But if I go back there without you, Minette'll fire me.
Too bad. Silly me, I just said that, didn't I?
Look, go to the studio. I'll finish those for you, okay? I'll do a great job, I promise.
Well, I'll head over there. But I'm going to call you before I set one foot inside Minette's studio. And if those aren't done, or if you try to lie...
So somebody draws a top hat on their Hangman, and that's how they beat the game of Hangman. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, when you play with the students, yeah, usually when I play Hangman with students, which I only did like once or twice, but I tend to make it go on longer than it really should, because the kids get really, really upset if they can't win, and then they scream and yell, so I'm like, okay, you get extra turns, I'll draw little feet, and socks on the feet, or whatever.
I never lie. Ask anyone.
Well, all right. Everything you need is right here. Recipe, baking sheet, mixing bowl, measuring cups and spoons, ingredients, and if you mess up and want to start over, just turn around and dump it down the sink. One problem though, the recipe calls for fresh mint, only I had to toss the sprig I had because it was moldy.
So you're going to have to go out and find some more. Which could be hard because there's some kind of mint shortage thing going on. Oh, and I'm also out of brown sugar. I think there's a way to substitute for it using molasses somehow, but that's your problem now. Remember, I'm going to call you when I get to Minette's. If those cookies aren't done, I'm going to go shopping instead. And Minette's going to go bonkers. Ta-ta!
JJ, I really, really, really dislike you now. Okay, so, she does not have her priorities straight. She wants the cookies made before, actually doing her job! Ugh. I'm sorry, I can't do my job. I don't care if you're getting fired, Nancy. I want cookies. Ugh. Anyway, molasses is here.
Well, here's some molasses. What are books doing in here? What in the world is JJ doing with books on electrical engineering?
I don't know. This never gets explained, ever. Ever. Is there any place where they explain why JJ is an electrical engineer? Not really. So, the molasses goes here.
JJ said I need to get some mint.
Yes, but I'm putting down the molasses first, Nancy. Okay, so I need to get some mint. There are two ways to get mint. You can buy it at the park, for like €35, or you could buy it from the Hotel de Ville. The Hotel de Ville. The Hotel de Ville. If they don't have mint, I don't know what I'll do.
Mademoiselle Wu, what is it now?
Do you think I could order something?
But of course. You, however, will have to pay this time.
That's fine.
Henri?
So it is the creme de glace.
I would like the creme de glace.
Oui, mademoiselle. Ça fait 5 €.
That will be €5.
Yeah, I could pronounce that in French, right? €5.
That's one less coin in my purse.
Ice cream with a sprig of mint on top. So refreshing.
I need to take that
Mm,
mint.
it's kinda
so I can make
melted.
those cookies for JJ.
So are those berries
I think
with
I'll
the
save
ice
the mint for
cream?
later.
As you wish.
Mm. That was wonderful.
Excusez-moi, mademoiselle.
So, what else do you wish from me?
I'm staying with JJ Ling, the model. Do you know her?
But of course, I know everyone who is anyone when it comes to fashion. And Gigi, she is a breath of fresh air.
But what about JJ Ling?
You mean Gigi?
No, JJ.
No, I mean JJ.
Gigi.
JJ.
En français, you pronounce G like J and J like G. She may very well be JJ in America, but in France, she is Gigi.
No, Gigi is her pet poodle. It's funny. Nancy can't pronounce his language, and he can't pronounce Nancy's language.
Has she done modeling for any other designers in Paris?
She did a lot of work earlier this year for Ugo Bottoli.
What?
Which, I do not doubt, is why Minette was so eager to use her. Unfortunately for Gigi. I assume she told you how she was tricked into a current contract with Minette.
No, she didn't. Minette tricked her?
If you do not know, you will have to ask Gigi. Just because I know everything that happens in the world of haute couture does not mean that I repeat everything.
Thank you for talking to me.
À tout à l'heure.
Oh boy. So was there a spoon there when Nancy ordered the ice cream? Because it looked like there was just a fork and knife. Okay, so now we get to make cookies. What you're supposed to do is go to the park and buy the book on substitution to learn about how you substitute for brown sugar. What you need to do is put a teaspoon of molasses and white sugar, a half cup of white sugar, to make up for the fact that you don't have any brown sugar.
I'll just chop up this mint. There, I'm ready to start cooking.
Okay, so we need 3 cubes of butter. 3 cubes of butter. 1, 2, 3. I should probably count in French. Un, deux, trois. Un cup of white sugar. I think that's this. Sucre. Okay, so for the half cup of dark brown sugar, I need, what did I say, a half cup of white sugar. So let's get that. And a teaspoon of molasses. Okay, 3 eggs. Un. Da. Trois. Okay, so Emily is saying that Nancy just poured the melted ice cream down her throat. Ew. That's not good. Oh dear. People want cake. I want cake. Cake is delicious. A teaspoon of vanilla. A teaspoon of vanilla. Two and a fourth cups of all-purpose flour. That looks like flour. Now I need a half teaspoon of baking soda. It's gotta be this. And a fourth teaspoon of salt. Then the mint. Then a cup of chocolate chips. Okay, I think that's it. Now what do? I back away?
I think I'll throw this batch out.
What? No, that was great! What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Was I supposed to click on this?
Follow the recipe.
Oh, no, now I have to do it all over again. I don't like it when the game is kind of iffy about what to do to accept that one. Because in Shadow Ranch, you just backed away, and then it's like, oh, okay, you're done cooking. So that's what I was thinking. So for dark brown sugar, I need a half cup. Sorry, everybody. So how is Nancy moving the spoon without using her arms? She's just using her magic mind powers. She has telekinetic powers. She can make things move which are far away. And people in the studio audience are disagreeing over whether or not I am just going too crazy or not. Hey. Some people had a lot of trouble with this puzzle and got stuck. Very, very stuck. Okay, let's see if that was good.
Must be the mint that makes their edges turn up like that. I'll just cool the cookies off on this rack and I'll be all done.
We're finished. And this is JJ.
Hello?
Well, are they done?
They sure are.
Describe them.
Describe them?
Describe them. I've made them before, so I'll know you're lying if you fail to mention the one thing that makes them different from other cookies.
Well, their edges curl upwards.
Bingo! Nice going. Because of you, Minette is about to become a very happy camper.
Yeah, JJ, why don't you just do your job? And does Nancy get to eat the cookies? No, she does not. The cookies are going to be all old and nasty by the time JJ comes back. And this is Zoo, the Frenchman who explores in the underground catacombs in Paris. Which are cool. I understand you can go on the underground catacomb tour. Yeah. So does Nancy get cookies? No, she does not. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to Minette's area for a puzzle. JJ, if you want cookies that much, just buy cookies.
impressive design.
I need to speak to Minette.
I'm sorry, but she's unavailable.
Just get her on the phone.
She is unavailable.
Get her on the phone now.
Who is this?
Are you going to connect me with Minette or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
Angry German person. Okay, angry German person. So what's her face isn't here, Heather isn't here.
Cool.
So these are her fashion designs. Heather wants to be a fashion designer. So what do you people think? Fashionable or no? I can't tell because I don't have fashion. I just wear khakis.
Hold still, please. I'm trying.
Do not disturb.
Are we almost done? No. Ouch! Oh, quit whining. It's just a pain.
Oh, it looks like we've talked to, okay, so, now that What's-Her-Face is gone, we can check out the Dodo box. Heather. Heather, that's her name. Oh, people in the studio audience are still talking about Disney songs. Oh my goodness. So what am I doing? This is a puzzle where you want to move the dodo bird around in order to reach the ending area. It's sort of like, the one game in Secret of Shadow Ranch where you have the wolves, or where you have the coyotes chasing after Mr. Roadrunner. It's basically the exact same thing. What was the name of that challenge? I totally forget it. Was at Mary Yazzie place, and you were the Roadrunner who was trying to escape from the evil coyotes. So now you're the dodo bird trying to escape from other birds. Wow, it's really kind of hard for me to click on the left button. You're escaping from other birds. Wolves! And the most dangerous animal of all, man. So let's see. This is the crazy one. We need to get these people, like, trapped. Yeah. Okay, get that wolf trapped. And then I'm going to have to not do that. Okay, do I trap that wolf here? Okay. Here we go. I get... No. Get trapped, wolf. You're supposed to get trapped. And now I'm stuck because if I move anywhere, the wolf is going to attack me. Okay. So what if I go right like that, and then I'm going to have to move left before this wolf can get me. Ooh, this looks good. Okay, and then I just run upwards and then right. Oh, that doesn't count? That doesn't count. Okay. But that was good. So I went right and then I went left. Okay, and now I go up, and now the wolf is one behind me rather than two behind me, so it can't stop me. This is one of the puzzles where we have a different solution in Junior mode and Senior Detective mode. So now I'm getting this person stuck here. Now I need to get the other person stuck. Yep, there we go. Now he's stuck following me. Very complicated puzzle, which is never explained. Hooray! So we have all these mean letters which were sent to Minette. That's the one we saw earlier. Your show will be a disaster, and this is a weird letter.
The letters on this one look different than the letters on the others.
So somebody else sent that purple letter, because that purple letter looks real different from all of the others. And now I need to leave and return. Let's see what Dieter is up to.
What is it now?
How well do you know J.J. Ling?
As well as I care to. The way she's always pulling out that annoying word game and begging people to play. And did you know that she won a lottery back in the States? That's right, she's actually filthy rich. What kind of person models when she's filthy rich? There's something not quite right about that girl.
I hear that you used to date Minette,
That is correct.
but you're not dating her now?
No.
Because...
You would have to ask her. She broke up with me by leaving a message on my cell phone, and she hasn't said a word to me since. It was an unforgivable outrage. I don't claim to be a paragon of virtue, but even I didn't deserve that.
Nobody deserves that, Dieter. Nobody. I mean, oh, it's so mean when the girl breaks up with you without telling you why.
You've had no contact at all with Minette since she broke it off?
None. All my dealings with her now are strictly professional, with Heather handling any and all communication between us.
Maybe you should write her a letter.
For your information, I've written her dozens of letters. I've just never sent any of them.
Is it true that you keep a pet boa constrictor in here?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never keep an exotic pet like that in here. Although I may have lost an exotic pet like that in here once.
But you found it, right?
No, never did. But don't worry. I'm sure it's found its way out by now. They get pretty active when they're hungry, you know, and I haven't seen it for months. But, just in case, watch where you step.
I'd better go.
Drop by again.
So there could be a snake in here which is going to kill us, which is very scary. Thank you for the information, Dieter. So fun fact, in the actual book, Nancy's boyfriend Ned is in the book. He punches Dieter in the stomach. Dieter has to go to the hospital because Ned punches him that hard. Just one hit to the stomach, Dieter falls down and has to go to the hospital. Ned gets arrested for assault and battery. Yeah, it's kind of craziness. Oh, and maybe this is what I was supposed to do.
Parrot?
I have a chore which says I need to get a stuffed parrot. And that's why Heather isn't here. She is waiting for me to get the stuffed parrot. Let's see if Minette has a job.
What? Someone with a German accent called for you when you were fitting JJ, but he didn't leave a message.
Oh?
He sounded kind of angry.
I'm sure it wasn't important, so don't worry about it. What else?
Why did you break up with Dieter?
That is absolutely, unequivocally, 100% none of your business. And if you ever ask me anything about Dieter again, you're fired. Now go away and let me work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they made a game out of this book. I mean, the book, because it's a very good book. I'd give it a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I can't believe, because usually in the books, Ned is sort of kind of a wussy guy, but here he's just like, BAM! Dieter! And Dieter goes, Ach, the Lieber! And then he falls off, and then he falls down. And if I have some spare time, maybe I'll look up that section in the book and read it out loud.
Bonjour. I have many new things, you see?
Wow, you sure do.
You are sure to find something you like.
And we have to change the names, because the names in the book are different from the names in the game. So let's see. This is... I need to buy this thing.
Is this just regular string?
That is very good string. Very strong. Very good to have around. You can buy for only 6 euros.
How about 3 euros?
Voila. What else do you like?
I need a stick.
How much are you asking for this steak?
Oh, steak, not
That is
stick.
the
I can't read my
finest wood,
notes.
And it can be used for many, many things. It is one of my most popular items. For that reason, I sell for 13 euros.
I'll give you 10 euros.
Voila. What else do you like?
I can't believe we had to pay that much just for a
Is
steak.
this Ichido book any good?
That book is very good. If you are around dangerous people, then you must get this book. You pay only 23 euros.
How about if I pay 6 euros?
Voila. What else do you like?
So this is the
Is
mint.
this mint?
Oui, that is mint. The growers of mint because of them all over Paris, all over France. No mint except for here. I have very good mint, not moldy. I sell to you for 50 euros.
I think 1 euro is a fair price.
No one has mint but me. You want mint, you must pay 50 euros.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
Where'd you get the cowboy hat?
That is the hat of a real cowboy from Texas. It is authentic and very well made, so I sell for 60 euros.
Whoa, very steep.
I could pay you 1 euro.
That hat is the real deal. I sell for 60 euros. Take or leave.
I don't think I want it after all.
What else do you like?
Guess I'm just not in a buying mood.
When you want to look again, just come back.
I will. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
So this is me buying things. Oh, I can't go forward. They want me to turn right to see Dieter Pumpkin Eater.
Looks like Dieter. Wonder what he's doing. Hey, Dieter! Hi! No, wait! Dieter! Dieter! What did he run away for? That was weird. Looks like he left something on the bench. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
Oh, great, I'm back at the game now. But I was looking up the cool passage in the book. Okay.
Was that Tornade? That's the woman who that historian was calling about. Why would Dieter be carrying this around?
I'm not entirely sure.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. You arrived to return. I have many new things. You see?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, okay, so what's going on here, people? Okay, so people are wondering if Nancy can, in fact, be fired by Minette, because Nancy was, in fact, hired by somebody else, Lynn, whatever her name is.
I could use a flashlight. Mine was in my lost luggage.
I think Minette can still fire Nancy.
Batteries included.
Batteries included, €3.
What about 3 euros?
It is yours. What else appeals to you?
How much money do I have? €63? Let me
Actually,
buy
I'm
the
not interested in
necessary
buying anything
things,
right
and
now.
then
So
maybe
we'll
go
just
shopping
have to
for the
I might just do that.
non-necessary
Bye.
things.
Au revoir.
Because I don't want to run out of money. That would be, how do you say, not
Bonjour,
good.
mademoiselle. As you can see, you have many new things to choose from. What intrigues you?
Well, let's see.
We have to buy basically everything from this guy.
Is this pie tin very expensive?
Very cheap. 15 euro.
But it is empty and there's no pie in it, so I will take €1.
Would you take 1 euro for it?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
Let's go with the wetsuit.
A wetsuit.
Not just any wetsuit. It used to belong to a friend of the famous undersea explorer Jacques Cousteau. A friend who is said to have shared many adventures with him. For that reason, I sell it for 125 euro.
31 euros. That's all I'll pay.
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
What's this book about?
That is a very good book about codes which are commonly used. It is a mere 15 euro.
How about 8 euros?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
How much money do I have left? 23. Okay.
What is this thing?
I have been told that it is probably a decoder used by those who resisted the German occupation of World War II.
Really? How much do you want for it?
Nothing, it is not for sale. It is a piece of history. I have it only as an eye-catcher.
But you're a businessman. You must be willing to part with it for something.
I will trade you one piece of history for another. You give me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté in 1968, and I give you the decoder.
Deal. What's Mouton Fouetté?
Mouton Fouetté 1968 is a very rare beverage that is usually stored underground. Unfortunately, finding an intact bottle has become next to impossible. But if you want that decoder, the impossible is what you must do. So, get me a bottle of Mouton Fouetté 1968. I will accept nothing less. In the meantime, what else tickles the fancy?
Okay, so let's purchase Lulu.
Is this parrot very expensive?
The price is very reasonable. 20 euro.
How about if I pay 5 euros?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
And I believe that's everything we have to buy, so we don't really need to buy anything else. Hooray, we purchased everything with money left over.
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
Will Nancy get reimbursed for spending this money? No, not in the slightest. Not at all.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. What you need, I am sure to have.
Well,
Wait a minute, all these things are from previous Nancy Drew games, aren't they?
what do you want for this doll's head?
That is the head of a doll that used to belong to the best friend, of the daughter, of the stepmother, of the sister, of the uncle, of the last president of France. But because the body is missing, I will let it go for 6 euro.
I'll give you 2 euros for it.
Paying me anything less than 6 euro would be criminal.
Then I'm not interested.
What else appeals to you?
Rubber shark?
Are these gloves very expensive?
Not expensive at all. 18 euro.
How about I give you 5 euros instead?
It is yours. What else appeals to you?
I think those are Katie's gloves from Danger on Deception Island.
This plastic shark looks kind of interesting.
The shark used to sit in the kitchen of the great sushi chef, Sushi Imura. 10 years, using the biggest and sharpest of knives. And not once does he cut himself. The shark brings good luck. That is why the price is 30 euro.
Will you take 15 euros instead?
That is far too little. 30 euro, nothing less.
Then I'm not interested.
What else appeals to you?
I only have 13 euros left. Gonna save it just in case.
Actually, I'm not interested in buying anything right now.
Then you will just have to come back.
I might just do that. Bye.
Au revoir.
So, that's it. That's it for those crazy people. Those crazy people that are trying to make us buy things, which are crazy and craziness and totally insane. And did I mention they're crazy? Because they are. Okay, so I think I found the portion of the book where Ned is crazy. Chapter 9, page 86. Ooba-dooba-doo. I'll read it to you in a moment.
Now what?
But, uh-oh, we've got a challenge.
You have to get them out of there.
Who? What happened?
This little box came from me, and when I opened it, all these bugs came pouring out. They're all over the place in there. You have to get them out before they lay eggs or something.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Just go in there and put them back in the box they came in. Carefully. Don't kill any of them. Nothing good ever comes from killing things.
Don't worry. I'll get them out of there for you.
Bless you.
Yuck.
You,
That must be the
okay.
box they came in.
So we need to collect 9 cockroaches. Nasty.
Shoot, I missed. My gosh, the letters in these fonts look exactly like the ones that were used in one of those threatening notes Manette got. Which means
What?
Heather must have sent it.
Heather sent the message to Manette? Craziness. So Heather is culprit. Calling it now. We should like get her fired or something.
Time's over, little guy. Or girl.
Seriously, sending threatening messages to your employer, not cool. You need to click fast. Yeah, fast. If you're too slow like me, you don't get the cockroaches.
This fabric is so strange. It's soft and metallic all at the same time.
There's one.
Nets, I was
Oh.
so close.
Oh, come on. I was so close. Got him. Or her.
Hey! Manette! Open the door!
No, I'm not letting you out until you catch all the bugs.
Really? Really? Because that was exactly it.
Gotcha.
Got it. Okay. So you'll notice we learned that Heather is a mean message
If I were an
sender.
insect, where would I hide?
The other thing we learn is behind one of these couches. One of these couches, we're going to find something else. I think we do. Maybe I'm spinning in the wrong direction. Because I could have sworn we learned something behind a
Oh,
couch.
these guys are fast.
They certainly are. Got it. Got it, got it. Oh, come on! I had that. There. Yeah, this is what we learned.
Missed it.
Behind the couch, we find out more about this woman.
Dear Miss Minette, the books on the women of the French resistance, exploits of Noisette Tornade, because she owned the windmill which you now own. This is from that historian who called before. Maybe she can help me figure out why Dieter was carrying that obituary around.
Or we could ask Teeter about it. But yeah, we can call Lynn Manrique to learn more about this this woman, Noisette Tornade, who used to own the windmill. Got it. Two more. Okay, one by the tea set. And the other by here, right? It was here?
Here, buggy, buggy, buggy.
Oh, hey, all those things. They're totally rude. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, come on! Got it. Okay, okay.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
That's got to be the last bug.
So the music randomly turned loud. Sorry, everybody in the studio audience. They're saying the music
Here I
is
am at
too
the
loud.
railroad station, along with a handful of other detectives, about to board a train bound for who knows where.
There we go. How's that? Better music? Is the music better? Maybe not so loud so it's not killing your ears.
You can open the door now, Minette.
Did you get all of the bugs?
Yes, Minette.
How many are there?
I don't know, 9?
Are they all alive?
Yes, Minette.
Are you sure you didn't kill any?
Positive.
And they're all in the box?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I want you to take that box to the park and let those things go. Only I don't want to be here when you come out. Probably the only thing those twisted little vermin are thinking about right now is revenge.
Minette, they're cockroaches.
Exactly. So I want you to count to 10, and then, and only then, are you to come out of there, all right?
Anything you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What a nut job.
Nancy, that's not a very nice thing to say about your nut job employer, who is in fact a nut job, but it's still not very nice to say. Okay, so let's meet with Dieter. Dieter has a challenge for us. Oh boy, I love challenges.
Sounds like someone's in the dark room. Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Are you in there?
Who's there?
Nancy Drew. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
I'm very busy. You'll have to come back.
I just wondered what you were doing in Square du Vert Galant Park.
I was just taking a walk.
You dropped an obituary about Noisette Tornade. Shall I leave it for you?
There's no need. I don't want it.
Why were you carrying it around?
Because I was going to send it to my grandmother. I thought she knew the woman served that kind of stuff.
You also dropped some kind of trinket. Looks like a miniature clock.
That's something my great uncle Hans here. It's actually a key. It opens the panel over there to the right of the bookshelf. He lived here during the war. The place has been in the family ever since.
What's behind the panel?
Go ahead and see for yourself. Just be prepared to go a little cuckoo.
So, this is a puzzle. Not the worst puzzle ever. Oh, wait. I need to do something else first. Dieter, you're supposed to give me a job.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Oh, he's not going to give me a job? Huh. I could have sworn he gives me a job.
Sorry, I'm busy.
Okay, fine, then we'll just solve this puzzle here now. Okay. I'm doing things in the wrong order. So the clock says number 3. Notice 3 is circled. That means your job is to get all of the clocks to equal number 3. You'll notice spinning some clocks spins other clocks. This is a timed challenge, so if you're not fast enough, you will have to solve the puzzle again.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Believe it or not, that key your uncle gave you opened up some kind of passageway. Is it okay if I see where it goes?
You never said anything about the past,
I can't let them go in here.
Oh, I skipped the conversation. Sorry, Dieter.
I wonder what that symbol means. The year when our despair ended. The year when my despair began.
Ooh, let's see if the game accepts the answer before I learn what the answer is. The answer is 1945, which is when the war ended and the Germans had to leave France. It works! Okay. This is for a puzzle. This is why we need the M360. It's for a puzzle. We want to read this special notice from Noisette, the woman who used to own the windmill. Pretty cool.
Sorry, too busy.
Well, we'll get the job from him eventually, I suppose. The job is to, take pictures. And I'm just gonna steal his camera here. Can I just skip this puzzle a second time, Nancy? Oh, I have to do it again? Well, that's not very fun. Okay. Seven, 9, and then number 6. Sorry for ignoring you people in the studio audience, but I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong here. Dieter is supposed to give us a list of things that we need to take photos of. One of the things we have to take a photo of is the spider. Nasty spider. Nasty. Okay, cool. So let's actually get rid of these silly bug things.
Okay, guys, end of the line. You are out of here.
So basically what we have to do is solve Dieter's puzzle in order to use the piece of paper we got, which now is down here. This piece of paper, we need to solve Dieter's puzzle in order to figure out what's going on with that piece of paper, and let's actually go back to Minette and everything. So we're sort of not getting close to the end of the game, but I like to think we're getting close to the end of the game because we're finishing up with challenges. Basically only 1 or 2 challenges left for each person in the game. Hey, Heather!
Did you get the stuffed parrot?
Here you go. What's it for, anyway?
It's a Minette thing. You wouldn't understand. No one would.
Here's that envelope I picked up from JJ. I almost forgot.
No
Ooh.
problem.
That was like at the very beginning of the game, wasn't it?
Why did you write Minette that threatening letter?
What? You think I wrote those letters?
I saw the memo you sent Minette about fonts. The letters on it matched the letters on one of the threats I found in her dodo box.
You opened Minette's dodo box?
That's the real reason you didn't want me looking in there, isn't it?
Okay. A couple months ago, I got so fed up with her that I just had to get back at her somehow. I'd seen how upset those other letters made her, so I sent one of my own, but just that one. And I never intended to really do anything to her. I just wanted her to suffer. You know, emotionally.
The way she made you suffer when she started going out with Dieter.
You really don't miss a trick, do you? I thought when she dumped him like that he'd finally come to his senses and realize that I'm the one he should be with. But even now, even after she broke up with him, she still has some kind of weird, sick hold on him. Look, you're not going to tell Minette about this, are you? There's really no need. It'll just upset her all over again. And she's so far behind as it is. And there's no telling how she'd take it out on me. Or on you, for that matter, just for telling her. So don't say anything to her, okay?
I'm gonna have to think about it. I'll see you later.
Heather, I'm going to get you fired because it's a lot of fun.
What? There's something that I think you should know about Heather.
Oh? What?
One of those anonymous letters you got was from her.
No. Those letters aren't from Heather.
Who are they from?
I thought that... This is all very confusing, as you can imagine. You're going to have to leave while I sort it all out. Just go.
Sorry, Heather, you're gonna get fired now.
Go away, please.
So now the next time we show up, Heather is gone, she is going to be fired, she is going to be not here anymore, and she's going to be very angry because she doesn't have a job anymore. Also a thing that we need to take a picture of is a stapler. So there's a stapler. And we also need to take a picture of a teapot. So I think we have a teapot right here.
Making tea, hopefully for good.
Not a very close-up picture. Okay, so we have the stapler, the spider. We also need a cross, a candle, and a skull. Everybody in the studio audience, I presume, is very mad that I got Heather fired. It was not very nice of me. I apologize, Heather. I'm sorry, but you don't have a job anymore. Now Nancy's the only employee. And let's call the woman about, what's her face? I don't like making phone calls in this game. It takes forever to make phone calls. Because I have to do like the 10-digit number, and then I have to do another 10-digit number. So should I call Bess and George or Frank and Joe Hardy? Do I want to call Nancy's friends or Nancy's friends? I'll let you people in the studio audience decide. And in the meantime, we will talk to Lynn. Oh, I dialed the wrong number, didn't I?
Modern European history, Lynn Manrique. Hello, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Paris. Actually, I talked to you earlier when you tried to call Minette.
She's finally calling me back? Wonderful. Please, put her on.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid she's still too busy to talk to you.
Oh,
But if you don't mind, could I ask you a couple of questions about Noisette Tournade?
certainly.
Okay, about 10 people want to see Frank and Joe, so I'll call Frank and Joe after this conversation.
How long did she live in the Moulin, where Minette now has her studio?
She lived there for 55 years, from 1949 to 2004.
She sold it when she moved to Provence, which is where she passed away. She never married, you know. Very private person. She served as Paris's director of public works for more than 20 years. Yet not one person has been able to tell me what her favorite color was. What did she do during the war? From 1942 until the liberation of Paris, Noisette worked as a translator for the Germans by day and an encoder for the French resistance by night. This, as you might imagine, made everyone suspicious of her, both French and Germans alike. And after the war, things got ugly. Especially when people found out she was romantically involved with a German soldier. His name was Hans von Schwesterkrank.
Ah, so this is the reason why Dieter wouldn't talk to us. We need to learn that his uncle Hans was really Hans, who used to date the windmill owner.
Was he by any chance related to Dieter von Schwesterkrank, the fashion photographer? I'm afraid I have no idea. Hans left Paris right after the war and never returned, leaving Noisette to fend for herself. She was tried as a collaborator in 1946 and acquitted, but the experience left her quite bitter. You see, some people said that during the war she took various pieces of artwork, mostly from churches, and stashed them away somewhere so they wouldn't fall into enemy hands. That sounds pretty heroic to me. Well, some people said she stole them for herself, and unfortunately, the artwork remains lost to this day. No one knows exactly what Noisette took, or if indeed she took anything. In any case, Noisette was terribly hurt that the city she loved had turned on her like that. After her trial, she told the press that the truth of what she'd done during the war resided in her and in the person and place she loved the most. And that was that. She never spoke of her wartime activities again. I assume that the person she was referring to was Hans von Schwesterkrank, who passed away a year or two ago, and that the place was her beloved Moulin, which is why I'm hoping Manette will allow me to visit it. Now, I've got a question for you. In the hours before
This is
she
also
died,
a clue.
Noisette was said to have constantly muttered 3 words. Red, left, green. Is there anything inside the Moulin that has to do with red, left, green? Anything at all? No, but I'll keep that in mind and let you know if I see something. I'd appreciate it. Any other questions?
Alright, so that was Hans, Hans of the Southern Isles, yes.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me. Call back anytime.
Let's get down to business to defeat the Hans. Humongous phone calls. Okay, so people want me to call 911. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Let's try that again. If I dial 911 from here. People, I had like 3 requests to call 911 and it did nothing. Okay, so let's talk to Frank and Joe Hardy because everybody wants to hear the Hardy Boys.
Hello?
Hey, Joe, it's Nancy.
Nancy? As in Drew? I thought you were in France.
I am in France.
Frank, pick up the phone down there. It's Nancy Drew calling from France. Everything okay?
Everything's great.
Hey, Nancy.
Hi, Frank. Whoa, you sound out of breath.
Not out of breath, out of shape. Me? Hey, you're the one who's been taking a break for the last 2 hours.
Break from what?
Carrying furniture upstairs. Carpet layers are coming to redo the basement tomorrow, so we gotta get everything out. And I use the term we loosely. Hey, I'm pacing myself here. You're in the kitchen eating jelly donuts, aren't you? Not anymore.
So, new voice for one of the Hardy Boys. I think Frank is the one who has the new voice. Now it's the same voice as Andy Jason from Danger on Deception Island.
Well, I made it to Paris, okay?
Great. Exactly where in Paris are you?
In the old windmill that houses Manette's office and studio. It's in a section of Paris called Montmartre. The outer office looks like any other modern office, but Manette's studio, which is inside the Moulin itself, is very old and funky.
What's Manette like?
Actually, I can't really say right now.
What do you mean? You have met her, right? Joe, she's calling from the office. She probably means she can't talk right now because she might be overheard.
Exactly.
Oh, right. What else is going on there?
Okay, so I'll try calling the French emergency number, which is 112. Apparently people are saying that's a number we can call in this game.
I didn't tell you who my roommate is, did I?
Is it somebody we know?
Jing Jing Ling.
Jing Jing Ling? The model? You're rooming with JJ Ling, the famous Australian model?
Yep.
But put her on. Joe, just calm down. I'm calm. I'm very calm. I'm completely calm. I just want to say hi, that's all. Put her on.
I can't put her on, Joe. I'm not in her apartment. I'm in the office.
Oh. Think maybe you could put her on later?
Maybe later, yeah.
Sweet.
Joe and JJ share a love of cheeseburgers.
Parts of Paris are real quaint. Like you can buy stuff from these vendors in the park, but if you want to get a good deal, you have to haggle with them.
Sounds like fun. Sounds like a pain. Oh, Frank, where's your spirit of free enterprise? What kind of stuff do they have, Nancy?
Junk that they pulled from their basements?
To me, it all looked like junk, but Minette uses stuff she buys there to stimulate her artistic sinews.
Minette is very strange, isn't she? It's people like her who keep vendors like them in business.
Plus, their inventory is always changing, so people keep going back to them just to see what new stuff they have.
I wish haggling was common in this country. There's nothing better than feeling like you've gotten yourself a really good deal on something. And when somebody rips you off? Nobody rips me off, Frank. Okay, except for that bogus concert ticket I bought from Gerald, the budding juvenile delinquent Higginbotham in junior high school. But I was young then, very young.
That's it for now.
Au revoir. Au rev. Au rev. Ditto.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, 112. Nope, looks like I can't call French 911. So, yeah, I don't know why people were trying to get me to call 911. Studio audience, I thought you were going to be helpful, but now you're making me do things which are not things. Hey, Heather.
Talk to you later.
Allez, bye-bye.
Donuts are delicious. Wait, where was I? Right. We are getting a job from Dieter. I don't think Joe would go all the way to France for a cheeseburger. That's kind of craziness.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank? Are you in there?
Who's there?
Nancy Drew. I just wanted to ask you some questions.
I'm very busy. You'll have to come back.
But this is really important. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Well, if you want, you could take some stock photos for me.
Sure.
The list of things I need pictures of is on my desk. You can use the camera I'll let you borrow.
I'll get right on it.
So, yeah, that's the job he gives us.
Oh, no. The list is in French.
Nancy, I thought you took 2 years of French in high school, so you should be okay. I guess she's not.
Mr. von Schwesterkrank, do you think you could translate this list for me?
Sorry, too busy. You're on your own.
Oh, von Schwesterkrank. Going to annoy me. So what you want to do is use the French-English book, which you can purchase from the people at the park in order to translate it. Or you could just, look it online. So question, if anybody in the studio audience has been to France, are French fries in France more delicious than French fries in America? Dieter is spending a lot of time in the toilet. Yes, I'm not going to question why that is the case. Where is JJ? Oh, she's not here, so we can call this guy Zoo.
Hello, Jing Jing Ling? Is it really you?
No, this isn't Jing Jing. I'm just calling from her phone.
From her phone? So you know Jing Jing? Are you her friend?
Well, yeah, I guess.
You are the most lucky person in the monde. I am a big fan of Jing Jing. I call her house and leave massage. I call Minette because I know she works
leaves a
there,
massage?
but she will not
Ooh,
talk to me.
nice.
She is too... what is the word? Paranormal?
You mean paranoid?
Yes, paranoid. So, if you are not Jing Jing, why do you call me?
This is Zoo, right?
Yes, I am Zoo.
Well, Zoo, my name is Nancy Drew, and I saw a symbol on the wall when I was in an underground passage not too long ago. It looked like 2 leaves with 2 nut-type things attached to them. and I just wondered if you could tell me what it meant or why it was there.
Yes, of course I can. But first, you must have Jean write something for me.
Write something for you?
You must have her write something that I can keep. Have her write, Sue, my love, Jean. Then, take the metro to the Denver Rochereau station, enter the catacombs, find the bones from the Magdalene Cemetery, and put the autograph in the skull below the plaque.
Have her write Zoo, my love, Jing, go to the catacombs, find the Magdalene Cemetery bones, and leave the autograph in a skull.
Yes, exactly that. Don't worry about desecrating the person whose bones they may be. The skull, it is a fake. My friend and I put it there. And so, after you deliver it, you call me and I tell you all about the symbol you saw.
But what if Jing Jing refuses?
Then, Nancy Drew, it seems we will both be very disappointed.
Alright, so people in the studio audience are saying when you go to France, you can get two types of fries. You can get the French fries or you can get American-style French fries. But the French style, which I said earlier, is called pomme frite. Some places here in America like to... as I mentioned earlier, they were charging $5 for pomme frite at this restaurant. It's like, wait, that's just French fries. I don't care that you... Uh-oh, I have to go back home? I'm not paying so much money for pomme frite. It's like, yes, you were trying to make it sound fancy so you can charge more money for it. I'm not buying it. So, but yeah. Apparently in France you can get French-style French fries and American-style French fries. And we have a lot of officers patrolling the catacombs. Okay. And is JJ here? Hey, JJ.
Hey, Rumi, how's it going?
I just talked to this huge fan of yours. He'd really, really like your autograph.
I'm flattered, but unfortunately he's out of luck. Nobody gets my autograph. I'm afraid that someone will use it to forge my name and steal my identity.
And apparently it's an American thing to put ketchup on French fries. Yeah, that sounds like an American thing. Ketchup is basically an American topping. I think Americans invented it. I'm not sure, but Americans like putting that topping on their foods. People from other countries are like, ugh, ketchup, it is so bland. Why would you ruin your food by putting ketchup all over it?
Nobody can steal your identity. You're too famous.
Stuff like that happens to people like me all the time. I'm just not going to take the chance. Want to play hangman?
That'd be great.
So now we're going to trick her by getting her autograph that way.
Z.
Nope.
U.
Correct.
M.
You
Y.
lose. Wrong.
L.
Bingo.
O.
Afraid
V.
not. You lose.
E.
So it's Zoo, my love, and her name is Jing, right?
J.
JJ Ling.
I. N.
G.
I wasn't even close. May I have that piece of paper?
Sure.
And what we Americans call French fries apparently originated in Belgium. Yes, but we want to say that it's French fries because everybody knows people in France have fancy food.
Want to play again?
Maybe later.
Anytime you want to play, just let me know.
Ooh, ranch dressing with fries. That can be delicious. Very good, very good. Hamburguesa con queso en español, pero no hablo francés. Oh yeah, I don't speak French either.
See you later.
I speak Spanish.
Take care.
Mayonnaise on French fries. My mom likes to mix up, ketchup and mayonnaise, whatever that mixture is called. Mix the two of them up and then do that for dipping with French fries and fish sticks. It's what she cooks on Fridays when she doesn't really feel like cooking. Mom doesn't really feel like cooking. Nacho cheese with fries is delicious, but I don't...
That's one less coin in my purse.
I don't know how to cook it, so that's a problem. I don't know how to cook the melted cheese on nachos.
This must be the place Zoo was talking about.
I mean, I've tried...
There's the skull.
I've tried doing it, but it was a failure, and it destroyed, and I had to throw out that particular bowl because I had nasty cheese, nasty half-melted cheese all over it. I'm just not good at cooking. I'm not a famous French chef. I'm not even a mildly famous French chef. So let's go back to, what's-her-face? Or no, let's go back to Dieter, and now that we have all the pictures. And I'm not talking about food anymore, because now I'm hungry. Dieter is still in the bathroom? Dieter!
Mr. von Schwesterkrank, could I ask you something?
Sorry, too busy.
Oh, man. Oh, right. We need to get the picture of the cross. Let's get the picture of the cross and then back to Dieter. Tomato paste is different from ketchup, correct. For those of you who are wondering. Okay, now there is the cross. Cool. Alright, let's go back to Dieter. He's finally found his way out of the bathroom. Congratulations, Dieter. You are my hero.
Did you take all those photos for me?
You sound as if you didn't think I could do it, but I did. They're all right there in your camera.
So, you had some questions for me?
What do you know about Noisette Tornade?
The French resistance fighter? I seem to recall reading that she died recently, and that's about it. Why do you ask?
I know 3 things, Mr. von Schwesterkrank. 1, Noisette Tornade, whose obituary you were carrying until it fell out of your pocket in the park. Noisette used to own the old windmill Minette now owns. 2, during World War II, she was rumored to have hidden several valuable works of art from the Germans somewhere in Paris. And 3, she was romantically involved with a German soldier named Hans von Schwesterkrank.
Oh, yes. I know all those things, too. Hans was my great-uncle. But there are 1 or 2 things you don't know, Fräulein. You could not have known that just before he passed away, my great-uncle gave me that.
What is it?
Something Noisette gave to him. Turn it over and look on the back.
I'm sorry, people are making so many hilarious comments in the studio audience. It's fantastic. I keep on giggling while I'm supposed to be playing this game. Oh man. Dieter did set a world record for most time in the bathroom. Yep.
Unfortunately, my great-uncle couldn't remember what any of it meant. She used to be the director of public works, so I went to her favorite park to see if anything there might help me figure out what that card means. But I discovered nothing. You can keep that if you want.
I can?
Yes, I give up. I don't care anymore.
Finding that lost artwork is why you started going out with Minette, isn't it?
Since Minette owns the Moulin where Noisette spent most of her life, I thought dating her would help me figure out what that card meant. But then something totally unexpected and tragic happened. I fell in love with her. Minette is one of the cleverest, most infuriating yet fascinating women I have ever met.
You still feel that way? Even after she broke up with you like that?
I can't help myself. I thought that if I found that missing artwork, I would be a hero and Minette would change her mind about me. But I can barely keep my mind on my work these days, let alone on finding some mystical treasure. If you want to look for it, go right ahead. Right now, the only thing I'm interested in recovering is Minette.
So tragic. He really loves Minette, but Minette does not really love him. Oh, so tragic. So tragic. So wasn't I going to read something? I was going to read that fantastic segment from the actual book. And this is going to be, I think that's the last challenge with JJ. I think we finished JJ's last challenge, and we finished Dieter's last challenge, so we're not going to hear from them from much more. And what's this? An angry phone call?
That phone is driving me crazy.
Well, I hope you're happy.
Heather?
You told Minette about that letter and she fired me. So that's it. I'm history. Gone. Kaput. Got the big boot. All thanks to you, you think.
Think? What?
You're the one that sent that letter, not me.
Yeah, well, what's done is done. And for your information, I was going to have you be one of the models in Minette's upcoming show. That's right. You were going to be a runway model in a
What?
Paris fashion show.
No.
But now, on the off chance that Minette has an upcoming show, it's extremely doubtful that whoever books the models will consider, even for a second, hiring some corn-pone little blabbermouth from
Angry, 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 angry Heather. And let's actually read from the book. Please stop this. You saw my note, didn't you? Why else would you be here? Note? Nancy, I'm just here to check out the lights. Stop jerking her around, champ, Ned burst out angrily. We both know you poisoned her. Ned, please, I can handle this, Nancy whispered. Turning to Dieter, who now looked completely stunned, she said, the person who poisoned me was supposed to be here at 3, and here you are. It seems like a pretty funny kind of coincidence to me. You're insane, Heather cried. Dieter would never do something like that. Dieter spread his hands helplessly. What can I say? She's right. I mean, I wouldn't do something like that, and if you think I did, you insane. I think what happened is that you saw me and got cold feet, Nancy said evenly. Sure, I've got cold feet, Dieter snapped. I'm surrounded by crazy women these days. The only one who's not jumping all over me is Heather. I've had enough. I'm out of here. And he strode angrily towards the door. Ned blocked his way. Where are you going? He asked. You tried to kill my girlfriend, and then you call her crazy. Ned, Nancy said, calm down. I see that both of you are crazy, Dieter said airily. Get out of my way, Captain America. I'll get you out of my way, Ned shouted, and he hauled off and punched Dieter in the stomach with all the strength he had. Dieter keeled over without a sound. His head hit the floor with a thud. Heather gave a terrible scream. Sobbing hysterically, she rushed over the Dieter and threw herself down beside him. Then she looked up at Ned, her face a ghastly mask of grief and horror. You've killed him! She shrieked. So, yeah. Very dramatic and exciting, this book? I would agree. Yes, very dramatic and exciting. But it's okay, he's not dead. Okay, what happens after is that Nancy collapses from the poison, because she's been poisoned. And, she wakes up later when Ned is in jail and Dieter is in the hospital. Yeah. Wow, so Ned is Captain America in the Nancy Drew books. Which is amazing because in the games, you know, some people think he's just sort of a lame person in the games and the books. But no, man. Danger by design, punching Dieter in the stomach. So who wins in a fight? Ned versus Dieter? Ned.
Did you get the autograph?
It is magnifique. You were wise not to try to fool me, Nancy. I know Jane's handwriting better than I know my own. So, here is what I know about that symbol. I call it the hazelnut because to me that is what it looks like. A noisette.
Wait a minute. A noisette?
Yes, that is French for hazelnut. I have seen it only one place in the catacombs. To reach this place, return to the catacombs and go to the skull where you left Jing's autograph. Lift the top part of the skull and push the red button. That will open a secret passage that will lead you to the noisette.
Great, thank you.
But if you go there, you must be careful. The tunnel police, they are one problem. The tunnels, they are another.
What do you mean?
Some of the tunnels, especially near the Mouton Beverage Company, they are water filled with trees.
You mean waterlogged?
Yes, waterlogged. You must swim underwater to reach the place where I saw the noisette. And the water is very cold. You will need a wetsuit. Good luck, Nancy Drew. You will need that too.
Okay, and I'm going to call Bess and George because I think this is the last time I use the phone. And I'm not going to make an extra phone call just to, see them.
Hello? Bonjour.
Oh, Nancy! George, go get on the other line, quick. It's Nancy. And remember, talk fast. She's calling all the way from France. So where are you? What have you seen? How do you like Paris? What's Minette like? Have you learned how to design clothes?
Bess, slow down. You don't have to talk fast, okay? My dad bought me a phone card and told me to make as many calls as I want.
Oh, great. Hi, Nance. What's going on? How's Paris? Have you seen the Louvre? What about the Eiffel Tower? How many famous people?
George, 3 words. Prepaid phone card.
Oh, great. Hey, perfect timing. We were just about to go for a run. Whoa, wait a minute. A run? Jog. I meant jog. But you said run. I meant jog.
to people.
She likes to lie?
She says the acting practice that lying gives her helps her be a better model.
Be a better model, maybe. But a better person? I don't think so.
I took this very strange phone call from Annette. At least I tried to.
What was so strange about it?
The guy wouldn't give me his name, and he sounded very hostile, and he had a German accent. And, not long after that, some unknown person sent Minette a box of cockroaches.
Ew, yuck.
Tell me about it. They got loose all over her office, and she made me find them and put them back in the box.
Double yuck. Did any kind of note come with them?
Nope.
Sending anonymous letters is one thing, but sending live vermin sounds to me like things are getting personal. Yeah, let's just hope they don't start to get deadly.
It turns out that Dieter has a secret or two up his sleeve, especially when it comes to the old windmill that Minette's studio is in.
What do you mean? What kind of secrets?
His great-uncle Hans was the wartime boyfriend of Noisette Tournat. That's the woman who owned the moulin, the windmill, before Minette did. She was rumored to have been involved in the theft of artwork that has been missing since World War II.
Do you think this Hans guy was in on the theft too? If he was, maybe he told Dieter where the artwork is hidden.
His great-uncle gave him this weird card that has all these eyes on one side of it and a drawing of a room on the other. Unfortunately, the uncle couldn't remember what any of it meant. Consequently, neither does Dieter. So he gave it to me to figure out. Dieter says that he's so smitten with Minette that he doesn't care about finding the artwork anymore.
Smitten with her? She's such a head case.
That's what he said.
Be careful, man. Just because he said it doesn't mean it's the truth.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'd better go.
Keep us posted. Talk to you soon.
Wop. Somebody's asking about the differences between the book and the game. Well, number one, Dieter doesn't get punched in the stomach by Ned in the actual game. That's a difference. But other major differences, like I said earlier, the main storyline is Hugo Butterly versus Minette. We've got the competing fashion designer versus Minette, which is really a minor point here in the game. Also, what else? Okay, so it looks like we need to find 4 keys in order to get the fabulous hidden treasure. And we are putting this down here. If we actually read the book on codes, where's that book on codes? Here it is. So this is a shift cipher, which is good. And also the time, the whatever, this cipher. So we are actually going to use that. Where's that postcard? We look at the postcard, and then we use this cipher on it. So Noisette's final words were red left, green. Red left, green. So we want all the green eyes and all of the eyes which are red looking left. Let me see. Also in the book there's a subplot about somebody making knockoff versions of Minette's dresses, which is not in the game. So that is also a plot point in the book, which is not in the game.
4154.
It was kind of a weird point in the game, though. I mean, kind of a weird part in the book, too, though.
To the memory of the French fighters.
Yeah, so we need to spell out those things. So 4154. Uh-oh. Error? Error? What? Why is my game frozen? What? 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 You've got to be kidding me. No. What? No. Okay. So, does this happen normally when you play the game? Because I haven't seen this happen before. Let's try again. I didn't save my game. What's this? Oh man, we have to start the entire thing over from here. Oh.
History. Gone. Kaput. Got the big boot. All thanks to you, you think.
I didn't
model.
No, 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 no.
You were going to be a runway model in a Paris fashion show. But now, on the off chance that Minette has an upcoming show, it's extremely doubtful that whoever books the models will consider, even for a second, hiring some corn-pone little...
This is utterly rude. Oh, I can't stand this.
For both of us.
Oh, Sunny June. I blame Sunny June and those aliens. Oh man, oh man. Alright, so, hopefully I won't have to replay too much, right? Hopefully.
To the memory of the French fighters.
So do I actually have that thing? Okay, so looks like I hopefully will not be able, I will not have to save too much. And I've got the end file, the file at the end of the game, so I can load from there if I ever get super stuck. So red left and then green again. Sorry about that. That did not happen when I was practicing the playthrough of the game.
Lorraine, 4154.
So that's under Lorraine, 4154, the Cross of Lorraine. 1, 5, 4. Yes! Okay, no death-killing error. And this is a puzzle. We want to have that, and that. So, purple hair, those things there, and fisheye there. So we want them to look just like the thing on the cross, which I've already forgotten. I think we have to do it 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks good, right? And now that we don't have the weird sound, we know it's correct. And now this to purple. Perfect. Wait a minute.
What's that?
What?
Hey, what's going on? Shoot, that pesky squirrel must have jumped on the handle and moved the windmill.
Casper, the evil squirrel? So this is kind of a difficult puzzle. It's not really a difficult puzzle, but it's strange.
I need to put something here to scare that squirrel away.
And in junior mode, Nancy basically tells you how to solve the puzzle. The puzzle is to put some string on the stake and then tie the pie tin to the stake. And this will scare the squirrel. And now the fish eyes. So what do the people in the studio audience want? They want me to sing a French song? Okay. Hello, this is a French song. I do not know French songs. Some people say the two of us can make it through. Ooh, I have a flashlight. This is why you want the flashlight. Some people say the two of us can make it through with hope and trust. I say it's the three of us, just you and me and love. Ba-doo-ba-doo. Wait, that wasn't French. Okay, I'll try again later. So this is kind of a long sequence of Nancy walking through the caves. Yeah. And eventually, she is going to find this thing. The key! Hooray! Hooray! Bum ba dum ba bum. You're going forward, right, Nancy? C'est dans 10 nudes qu'on ferait arriver à deux, mais c'est de toi qu'on arriva, toi, Maël, à moi. Some people say the two of us qu'on ferait arriver à deux. I say it's the three of us, toi, moi et l'amour. C'est dans des nudes qu'on ferait arriver à deux, mais c'est de toi qui arriva, toi, moi et l'amour.
What intrigues Mademoiselle this time?
Nothing really.
Well, let's see. I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Well, I do know Frère Jacques. Followez Jacques, followez Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Morning bells are ringing, ding ding dong, ding ding dong. Ooh, and les poissons. How does that go? Les poissons, hee hee hee, ha ha ha, love to chop and to serve little fish. First I cut off their heads, then I pull out their bones, the weakness I confess, both of these. Les poissons, hee hee hee, ha ha ha, love to cut, then it serves them too. First I pull out what's inside, then I serve them up fried, cause I love little fishes, don't you? Oh, did I not call... Oh, I didn't call Jung. Zoo, I mean. Oh, great. Okay.
Hey, Rumi, how's it going?
I'll let you get back to your cookie dough.
Ciao, Bella.
Hello?
It's Nancy Drew. Did you get the autograph?
It is magnifique. You were wise not to try to fool me, Nancy. I know Jean's handwriting better than I know my own. So, here is what I know about that symbol. I call it the hazelnut because to me that is what it looks like. A noisette.
Wait a minute. A noisette?
Yes, that is French for hazelnut. I have seen it in only one place in the catacombs. To reach this place, return to the catacombs and go to the skull where you left Jing's autograph. Lift the top part of the skull and push the red button. That will open a secret passage that will lead you to the noisette.
Great. Thank you.
But if you go there, you must be careful. The tunnel police, they are one problem. The tunnels, they are another.
What do you mean?
Some of the tunnels, especially near the Mouton Beverage Company, they are water filled with trees.
You mean waterlogged?
Ah, yes, waterlogged. You must swim underwater to reach the place where I saw the noisette. And the water is very cold. You will need a wetsuit. Good luck, Nancy Drew. You will need that too.
So now I think I'm out of money. Yeah, so I spent money on a pointless trip to, the place. To Jean-Fort-Rochot, right? So I don't think it'll let me back there, because I wasted my €5 on a trip there.
Shoot, I don't have enough money to get in.
So now I actually have to do a job for Mr. Handless guy? Okay. Yes, you'll notice something. I was not able to talk to JJ about her contract, her being forced into the contract, or about the engineering books.
What intrigues Mademoiselle
So,
this
like,
time?
what? Why can I not talk to her about things? Which are like things. Which I do not understand. I wanted to talk to her about things which are important, which are in the game, but she did not want to talk about them. Alright, so this is a painting which is called the Mona Lisa, which was drawn, or I should say painted, by a French person? I thought it was done by Leonardo da Vinci, and he's not French, is he? He's Italian. Or he was. He's not alive anymore. He gave up his career as an artist and decided to become a Ninja Turtle instead. It's a tragic loss for the art world, actually. Although I do happen to enjoy his, whatever you call that work. He did a really good job with, sculptures. The sculptures were good in addition to his artwork, right?
Monsieur, how's this?
Magnifique! You have done excellent work. And for that, I reward you. Do you wish to paint another?
So the Mona Lisa is called what? Well, it's called Joconde in French, and it is by Leonardo da Vinci, but his other work is the Pietà, right? The Pietà is the one I really, really like. Although I like Bouguereau's Pietà as well. He was also a good painter.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Later, yes. Now you buy something.
Now I do not buy something.
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
So why don't we have, like, paintings from French artists here? Do they really like selling Italian paintings in France? Because I am a little confused. Also, let's actually meet up with Mr. Thickneck.
Mademoiselle Drew, what is it now?
The picture of Minette that was in the June issue of Glam Glam, was it cropped? Do you remember?
I'm sure it was. Most photographs are these days. Why?
Oh, thank you very much. Somebody in the studio audience, Chickadee1258, is saying, yes, the Leonardo da Vinci, he's definitely Italian. But that particular painting, the Mona Lisa, is in the Louvre, which would be why it's in this game. The Louvre is a famous art museum in Paris. You'll notice it's on the map somewhere, the Palace, the Royal Palace of the Louvre. They have a lot of art, but not enough room. So it's a tragic thing about the Louvre. Like, they have more art than they have room to store it. So in the basement, they've got, like, storage of all these fantastic paintings. It makes me sad, because I want all of the fantastic art to be let out so people could see it.
Do you know anything about the stones that are in the background of that picture? They almost look like dials.
I do not remember seeing any dials in the picture, but as it happens, all the pictures which I use in my articles are stored right here in my digital assistant. I will help you, mademoiselle, but only if you help me first. You see, the owner of this cafe, he faces a crise. The person who makes desserts for him has stepped out for his customary 2.5-hour break. Unfortunately, a bus full of American teenagers has pulled up, and all are clamoring for parfait. So, I will tell the owner that you will make the parfait, and when you do, he will be indebted to me and will allow me to continue using this table as my office. And I will be indebted to you and will allow you to see the picture. You see how it works?
Okay, so he's going to force us to make parfaits for Henry the waiter so he can sit here and do nothing instead of actually working. Great.
Yeah, I get the picture. Okay, looks like I've got chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream.
Seriously, so Henry, what did he say? The owner is taking a 2.5-hour break. Jeez, I wish I could take a 2.5-hour break from work. But I actually work, unlike these French people who apparently don't work. Okay, that's like a typical American French thing to do. Americans say the French people don't work, and the French people say Americans work too much. And I agree, working too much is the lamest. Oh, man, I really hate that. So, what do you people in the studio audience prefer? Working too much or not working enough? I mean, I don't like working too much, but I hate it when I'm like at a restaurant and they have the waiters who are not working, and so you have to wait forever.
You liked it.
So, you know, that's not so good when you have to wait forever for these people who are not really working. The worst were the people at, like, my orthodontist office growing up because they would spend the entire day talking to each other about the world's stupidest things, like what kind of calendar is better than the other kind. And they had like this 15-minute debate about these calendars.
C'est bien.
I'm getting there. Next up, a tropical.
And, I was forced to sit and listen to their conversation about calendars, their calendar debate for 15 minutes before they actually got to work on me. And, it only took them 5 minutes to check my teeth and say, oh, your braces are fine, they don't need tightening or anything. It's like, why didn't you do that to begin with, instead of forcing me to listen about calendars for 15 minutes?
C'est bien.
And by 15 minutes, it's probably more like I had to wait a half hour and then 15-minute debate and stuff. And people are saying, people don't like being bored. Yeah, working a lot so you can get a lot of money is also good too. I do like that. And I'm getting a bit distracted here, so I need to actually, Oh no, I didn't mean to throw out the entire parfait, just that one thing.
Oui, c'est ça.
Next is a corbeau.
Yeah, so people are still wondering, okay, well, I think I like it when I can take it easy and not have to work super hard all the time. But I don't like it when I'm forced to suffer because other people are not working.
I'm getting there.
So, I mean, if I have the opportunity where it's like, well, I could either not work and cause a lot of trouble for other people, it's like, no, I'm not going to take that. I'm actually going to do my work rather than forcing other people to suffer. Yeah, work has been kind of a hassle recently. All these problems with the
C'est ça.
He liked it.
from
Here comes a fantasy.
not management, but like the people downtown, the big boys who are in charge of the entire company. They're making some decisions which are crazy, and I have to suffer for it. Suffer with their brand new system, which is dumb, and whatever. It's a pain, and I can't do anything about it because, they live in another state, so
Parfait.
they've decided to ruin my life. Hooray.
Lulu.
A Lulu? Yay, Lulu.
I did it right. There. All done.
The owner, he tells me you did a good job. And so, as was our agreement, here is the picture you wish to see.
Great. Thank you.
It would be more fun. Somebody suggested it'd be better if we could make money by making parfaits, because making parfaits is more interesting than making those paintings. They definitely are. Okay, so this is the original painting. You'll notice we have 9, 5, and 3.
So, what else do you wish from me?
We'll talk again later, okay?
À tout à l'heure.
9, 5, and 3. So I'm going to get to that in just a moment. Can I? Can I not? I cannot. I remember when I worked at the movie theaters, my boss got mad at me. He thought I was never working. When I was working really, really hard, and that made me... That was not very fun. It's like, oh, Michael, you're such a lazy person. I'm not going to pay you. I'm like, what? I don't know. He's a mean person. So you want to avoid the tunnel police.
Now it's time to put on the wetsuit. Hope it's more comfortable than it looks.
Yep. Okay, so this is going to be a puzzle. I believe the instructions to that puzzle were in Sunny June's area. I could be wrong, but Sunny June's notes might not tell you what the thing is. So this is a maze, and you need to swim.
This place is crawling with four-legged vermin. Hope they leave my stuff alone.
there's the Mouton Foyette. Fortunately, this happened to be exactly in Nancy's size, so no problems whatsoever with her putting it on. Come on, Nancy, find a place to surface, quickly! And people are mad when you go to the dentist, and the dentist tries to ask you questions when they're sticking things inside your mouth, so you literally cannot answer. So the dentist is like, "Oh, how are you doing today?" Crazy dentist. And I just turned into a circle, didn't I? Okay, maybe I have to take a right here. Okay, this looks like a place where I can go up. I mean, I'm not a ventriloquist. I can't talk when the dentist is shoving sharp, pointy things inside my mouth. Yes, and I think this is it. Oh, is this not an exit? Oh, I thought that was an exit. Oh, dear. No, that was how I entered. So let's go to the right. And let's try the left this time. Left again. And that's... no. Ooh, could this be it? No, that's where I was. How am I still getting lost? What am I supposed to do? This is not good. Okay, just follow along the right-hand side, and perhaps this is it? We did it! Hooray! We're amazing!
Okay, a rough translation would be, in Europe, near the new bridge, Snow White lives in a red castle. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So this was in the code book, in Nancy's code book, which she doesn't have because she had to put her things away. But the code book has the picture of the map, which tells you about certain... whatever you call it. The code book says how to arrange maps of the metro map and assign numbers to different stops at the metro map. So you have to do that, put those two clues together in order to figure out that this is a 3724. Right? Is that? Oh, it's 3724. My mistake. Mixed a 7 and a 2.
No idea what this is, but after everything I went through to get here, I'm taking it.
People in the studio audience have cookies. Yum. And now to escape from this maze again. Here we go. So yes, a very, very elaborate way Maybe when Noisette invented this hidden passage, it was easier to get to there? Or she just expected people to buy wetsuits in order to get there. And here's Nancy's stuff, all of her stuff right here, in this little bag. I don't know what she got to cover it up with.
Ah, a rat!
Those are her mom jeans. Nancy still wears jeans. Okay, so sometimes the rat steals something, sometimes it doesn't. It's not a very nice rat. So we got this key, we got the cross key, we got this key. Looks like the only one left is the danger key inside the windmills, which means we might be close to the end of the game. Wait, people are wondering if Nancy's a thief? Nancy's not a thief. She's stealing these things for the good of France. No wait, that's not what I'm going to do. I need to get that decoder first, right. Now that I got the alcohol for this guy, does he really want alcohol, which has been, like, underwater for years?
1968.
Oh la la, you did it. So, I take these and give you these. Take it. You have earned it.
Thanks.
What else tickles your fancy?
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir.
So this guy apparently sells those paintings. I mean, I know he does, but how do we buy his paintings? Because he doesn't seem to sell his paintings ever. Yeah. So,
The dials on this thing move.
the dials were 953. And what was that super, super long message that we needed to have typed out? It's somewhere here, isn't it? Not there. Here we go. Super long message. XT10. Let's type out this entire super long message. Where is my thing? Yay, typing challenge.
Looks like I should type a message using my own keyboard.
I think I'm doing this correctly.
Rouge Blanc.
Hooray!
Bleu. Rouge. Looks like French to me.
And people are wondering where you get Nancy Drew games. You can get them always at Nancy Drew website, herinteractive.com. They generally have games available. Although it's harder to find physical copies of the games because, oh no, I just do digital download. It's fine. With these older games, it's easier to find the digital, like the physical copy. I've never actually seen a physical copy of this game, I don't think, in a store. Ever. Huh. Puzzle!
What is that?
Who's out there?
It's just me, Nancy.
So this is a bomb. Yeah, it's a bomb, alright.
Uh-oh.
What did you say?
Nothing. Everything's fine. You just stay in there and keep working. Looks like this thing is set to go off if she opens the door. I've got got to figure out how to disarm this thing before she opens the door.
So figuring out this puzzle is kind of difficult.
Nothing. Just stay in there. Everything's fine.
So you'll notice you can go from something of the same shape. So we can go from green circle to red circle. That's good because they're the same shape. You can go from same color. So for example, green triangle to green circle works. But if you have a difference of shape and color, won't work. So we need to move things around. These are the only ones that you can move. These ones. So you need to move things around to make everything work. So for example, green circle goes here on the upper left because it connects to red circle and red circle. So we have a circle in common. So red circle is going to go over here, maybe not to red triangle, but to yellow circle because we need yellow circle because that way yellow circle goes to yellow square. Right? It sort of makes sense. This is the only piece that can go in there.
I can hear you. I'm tidying up. You just keep working.
So this is going to be green circle here, which makes this one yellow circle there, which means this is going to have to be red square here. Oh no, red square here, green square there.
I'm done. I won't bother you anymore. I promise. I better get rid of this thing before she sees it and really freaks.
Fantastic. So, Minette, are you here? Minette magically disappeared? Great! Minette magically disappeared, even though we were talking to her just moments ago. That is strange. Yeah, okay. And I'm trying to take a look at something, but I can't. Here we go.
Wonder why this indentation is here.
Propeller key. And now, what we got was rouge, blue, rouge. What was that thing again? The combination was, those were red colors.
Something must fit here.
Okay, so the colors were red, white, red, blue, red. I thought Nancy would have them in her journal, but she does not. Minette jumped out the window. Wait, that's how Minette left the building? I don't know how she left the building. Anyway, the windmill is windmilling, revealing a hidden passageway. Another one. So to get to this hidden passageway, we need the cross key, which we already have.
Wow! So that's what Noisette stole during the war. Stained glass. If you are reading this, it means that I am dead and that you have discovered my secret. Yes, the rumors were correct. With the help of Hans von Schwesterkrank, I took the stained glass you see in front of you and hid it. Not for personal gain, but so these exquisite pieces of art would not be lost to the dangers of war. I was not a traitor, nor was Hans. He helped me because he knew it was the right thing to do. But why, you are asking, why when the war ended did I not return them? Why did I not even admit taking them? At first it was because I was angry. After all that I had done for my country, when my friendship with Hans was discovered, people turned against me and accused me of terrible things. I wanted to hurt the people of Paris the way they were hurting me, so I said nothing about the stained glass. Then, when at long last I was deemed innocent, my anger subsided, but fear took its place. I was afraid that if I revealed what I had done, the accusations would start up again, and people would once again call me a criminal and question my motives and assail my character, and it would have been too much to bear. Hans had gone back to Germany, and despite his promises to the contrary, I knew I would never see him again. Like everyone else, I just wanted to get on with what was left of my life. So again, I said nothing. And gradually time passed, and Paris healed, and I healed. Yet the right time for telling the world my secret never seemed to come. And now I am Director of Public Works, a job I hold not only because I love this city, but because I wanted to make sure that someone, you, would be able to eventually find what I hid. Please make sure these pieces make a safe return to the world above when you see them as they were meant to be seen, with sunlight streaming through their panes, interrupting the darkness with color and meaning and joy. Only then will you truly understand why I did what I did a lifetime ago. N.T. X-I-V-I-I-I.
You have to love how Nancy is magically able to read French perfectly without any trouble whatsoever, when 5 minutes ago she had trouble reading rouge, blanc, rouge, bleu, rouge. Nancy Drew. She can really, really, really speak French well when it's important to the plot.
Uh-oh, the door locked behind me, and nobody knows I'm down here. Not good.
So this place is pretty much filled with light. I mean, there's a lot of light in this room. I wonder where we are. So this says one final mystery, my friend, cher ami. Yeah. So this is going to be the cipher in not that book, but the other book. The date shift cipher. This one, okay? So you want to use that particular cipher with the the numbers. What was it? What were those numbers on that thing? Large piece of paper. Or maybe multiple pieces of paper. So 10, 4, 3, those are Roman numerals. Use that with the cipher, the shift cipher. On this, undermod enigme, cher ami. So, 3 letters, sorry. This would be, it's complicated. But you do that, you get the message XVE, XV craziness. So I'm going to type that in, and I will say these things out loud. So wait, okay, so these are the numbers. This is X, and then next is going to be 4, and then 3. Great. Oh, is my explanation wrong? I think my explanation was wrong. You use 380 because the device is the M380. You use 380 as the numbers that you shift. So you shift this by 3 numbers, by 3 letters, then by 8 letters, then 0 letters, then 3 letters, and 80, 380. You know how it works. Okay, so let's go. This is going to give us X, V, E, G, M, R, Q, Q, E, U, M, E, Q, Q, G, P, M, C, K, M, R, D, U, I.
French again. French numbers.
So that's 2, 1, 5, 7. Even I know that, and I don't speak French. And this is the end of the game. Hooray!
Well, does the dress work?
It does indeed.
Yeah. What about when I whispered? And when I turned my back? Could you hear what I said then?
Gonza, I could hear everything. With this dress, we will be able to hear every word that is spoken within 10 meters of the First Lady. And what we hear, what we said, will make us the friendliest spies on the planet.
Hey, I made you the dress, so how about paying me?
After
made that dress for the First Lady to be some kind of bugging device. I've got to get it out of here and take it to the police.
So, Minette is working with German spies in order to bug the First Lady. OMG. And let me save the game here. So, let me see. I think if I try to grab the dress, Minette comes back inside.
Where did you come from? You've been hiding in here, eavesdropping. You heard everything, didn't you?
Not everything, but enough to know that thanks to you, those two guys intend to use this dress to bug the World Summit.
I knew there was something sneaky about you the minute you walked into my office. I should have tossed you out on the spot and told Amy Grunhill to stuff it. Well, newsflash, sister. I am about to knock your nosy little block off.
Yeah.
And now we have a fighting challenge.
I built an Ichido, and after I'm done with you, you'll need an intern yourself. A medical one. Ho, 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 ho. Ow!
So what you need to do is move your cursor to the area that she is going to punch, using the Ichido book, which I didn't actually look at. So good block, good block. Oh, ow. So you don't actually have to click, you just need to move your mouse to that area. Nice block.
Hope you're a good loser, because you are going down.
I really should have looked at the Ichido book.
Ow!
Ow, oh.
Hey!
She says the same thing every time she's going to attack.
Oh, so you think you can block me, eh?
Mm-hmm. So what you have to do is block it based on the verbal clues and
You're starting to look a little tired there.
the physical clues. I mean, she moves her body in a specific way depending on where she's going to attack. So either memorize her...
Your goose is cooked.
Either memorize what she's saying for which area, or memorize how she poses.
Arm's starting to feel a little weak.
Yeah, she's down to half.
Oh, where did you learn to block like that?
Oh, nice. Ooh, she's down to like a quarter. Ooh. Sorry, people in the studio audience, for ignoring you.
I fought imaginary elves that were stronger than you.
But I am here watching Nancy Drew kung fu fighting. Nancy Drew was kung fu fighting. Da 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 da.
Hey!
I think.
Might as well give up, Minette.
Might as well. Nice, nice. Almost done. Oh.
I can't believe it. You never threw a single punch, yet you beat me. Life is so unfair. So horribly unrude.
Down with Minette. And the reason why she wears a mask is dun 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 dun.
Oh my gosh. And there it was, the real reason why Minette wore that mask. A tattoo, which she later admitted she had gotten on the spur of the moment and which she instantly regretted, calling it the stupidest thing she'd ever done in her life. She also admitted that the reason she had fallen so far behind schedule was because Ernst and Gunther Schmeck, former members of the East German secret police, were paying her a small fortune to create a dress for the First Lady out of fabric they supplied. This fabric was infused with microscopic circuitry that would allow them to eavesdrop on the World Summit. All three have been arrested, which means Minette will probably be designing her next collection from a jail cell. And she doesn't care for stripes. As for the beautiful pieces of stained glass that Noisette Tornade hid away years ago, they have been returned to the churches they came from. And Noisette is finally getting the respect and gratitude she was denied after the war. Not that she was perfect, but it seems to me her biggest fault wasn't doing too little for her beloved city of Paris, but trying to do too much. As for Heather, after Manette was arrested, Amy Grunhild asked her to try to salvage the spring show. So she finished Manette's designs, came up with a few of her own, got everything made, lined up the models, and put on a show that Jean-Michel is still raving about. Unfortunately, I wasn't invited.
So that is the end. That is the end of the game. So Manette got an alien tattoo. I think Sunny June is responsible for the alien tattoo. Craziness. So I got extra savoir-faire for beating the puzzles in the least amount of time. And let's see what happens in the other ending of the game, the one where Heather is not fired. So let me see, let me actually look at the Ichido book so I could show you. The book which was, by Chang Butomoto, checked out by Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Whoa. This is amazing. So this is how you learn about fighting from this book. So, you'll notice that JJ wasn't mentioned in the ending. What happens to her? I don't know.
Well, does the dress work?
It does indeed. Yeah. What about when I whispered? And when I turned my back? Could you hear what I said then? Gonza, I could hear everything. With this dress, we will be able to hear every word that is spoken within 10 meters of the First Lady. And what we hear, what we say, will make us the wealthiest spies on the planet.
I made you.
Yeah.
So how about paying me? Look, I put up with the dead flowers, the letters, the paint, the idiotic phone calls. I put up with all your stupid threats for months. I deserve to get paid now.
Those weren't threats. Those were incentives meant to keep you on track. And they obviously were. You'll get your money when she gets the dress. Let's go, Gonza.
But they're picking it up for her tomorrow. What difference does it make whether you pay me now or 24 hours from now?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so yeah, I have to do the entire fight again, but it's worth it because I get to see the, I get to see
and take it to the police.
I get to see the alternate ending. The one where, this is where Nancy has G-rated trash talk.
Where did you come from?
And why does Manette, just a weird angle that she's standing at here.
You heard everything, didn't you?
Not everything, but enough to know that thanks to you, those two guys intend to use this dress to bug the World Summit.
I knew there was something sneaky about you the minute you walked into my office. I should have tossed you out on the spot and told Amy Grunhild to stuff it. Well, newsflash, sister. I am about to knock your nosy little block off.
So what did happen to Dieter? Because Dieter doesn't get mentioned in the ending.
I don't mean for sushi.
Yeah, poor Dieter, not mentioned. So hopefully it takes less time to beat this in junior mode. Ow. Nice block. Yes.
Hope you're a good loser, because you are going down.
So in the book, we have a different culprit. In the book, Heather is the culprit. Is it Heather? Like I said, Heather is basically two different characters in the book. Manette's assistant and Hugo's assistant, and so both of them are culprits. So Heather is a mixture of the two culprits from the book.
So you think you can block me, eh?
Hey! Your goose is cooked.
The culprit who poisoned Nancy, and the other culprit who sent a nasty letter to Manette, because she just got so tired of dealing with Manette's garbage.
I'm starting to feel a little weak.
Yes, Dieter lived happily ever after. He marries Heather, and they live happily ever after. I'm gonna say that.
imaginary elves that were stronger than you.
I fight imaginary elves all the time.
Hey!
Interesting endgame challenge. So presumably they took this from the book where Ned was busy beating up Dieter with one punch. They said, we've got to get some crazy action like that in this game. So they said, hey, endgame challenge, fighting.
Might as well give up, Minette.
But of course, Nancy can't be like a mean person who actually punches her enemies, so Nancy is just blocking the entire time. So Nancy's technically not doing any fighting, she's just doing defensive fighting. Anyway, pretty sure that Minette, fired Sunny because of the alien tattoo. Gotta be it. That's why Sunny June was fired, because he convinced her to get the alien tattoo.
Oh my gosh. And there it was, the real reason why Minette wore that mask. A tattoo, which she later admitted she had gotten on the spur of the moment, and which she instantly regretted, calling it the stupidest thing she'd ever done in her life. She also admitted that the reason she had fallen so far behind schedule was because Ernst and Gunther Schmeck, former members of the East German secret police, were paying her a small fortune to create a dress for the First Lady out of fabric they supplied. This fabric was infused with microscopic circuitry that would allow them to eavesdrop on the World Summit.
Yeah, it would be nice if they mentioned these villains, earlier in the game, sometimes before the exact ending.
As for the beautiful pieces of stained glass that Noisette Tornade hid away years ago, they have been returned to the churches they came from. And Noisette is finally getting the respect and gratitude she was denied after the war. Not that she was perfect, but it seems to me her biggest fault wasn't doing too little for her beloved city of Paris, but trying to do too much. And as if busting a pair of spies and recovering lost treasure weren't enough, Heather took over Minette's spring show and had me, be one of the models. Believe it or not, I managed to make it all the way down the runway and back without falling flat on my face. Of course, I still have no idea what I was wearing, but I can tell you one thing. It was rude. Very rude.
Haha! And we still don't know what happened to Jean-Michel and Dieter and J.J. Ling. They all lived happily ever after. And savoir-faire. So this is the next game.
Dig out the tank top, stock up on sunscreen, and slip on those sandals, because for my next adventure, I'm off to Hawaii, to the Big Island to be exact, where I'll be helping out this quirky entomologist, that's a bug scientist by the way, who has just made a disturbing discovery. In fact, my working vacation quickly turns into a series of disturbing discoveries, including one that involves a legendary monster with a nasty temper and an appetite for revenge. So come with me to this island paradise and help me solve the mystery surrounding the creature of Kabuki. Until then, aloha.
So that is it. That is the end of Nancy Drew. Danger by Design, a pretty good game. I like the ending, kind of. I'm a little disappointed we don't find out what happens to the other people. But, I do like the fact that there are multiple endings. That was a nice try. I liked it. It was a good idea. Oh, and the music from Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake. Yeah, I thought that music during the preview sounded slightly familiar. So, Tuned In, they did the animation for a lot of the games. I think this is the last game they do the animation for. And the next game, there's a different company that does the animation. And I think nowadays, today, Her Interactive does all the animation in studio rather than, having a different company do it. Same voice for Monique and Heather McKay. Same voice for Minette and Malika from, the person who was selling things. Same voice, Zoo, Dieter, and Ernst. Yeah, I could see that. Hugo, Marchand, and Gunther. Yeah, I could see that as well. Yeah, you know, I could see people doing this. Okay, so special thanks to students at the Fashion Design program at the Art Institute of Seattle. Whoa, did they get real fashion people to make those things? Nice. I kind of like this music. Very nice. Nice and smoothing. Gone but not forgotten, the Hawaiian crow, Corvus hawaiiensis. That would be the Latin name for Hawaiian crow. Poor Hawaiian crow. So why do we have a Hawaiian crow in the credits? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching Nancy Drew, Danger by Design.